Winter is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again out to the home of the Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament. The Soda Springs Cardinals both in the championship bracket here for this game, although they are both in different features of the championship bracket for this afternoon's event, as the Soda Springs boys getting set to take on the Emmett Huskies from the 3A Snake River Conference, and they are going to be challenging each other in just about 15 to 20 minutes, as there's still 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the third place girls game between the Caldwell Cougars and the Nissa Bulldogs, as those two squads matching up against each other. Later on after the boys game, the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals will be right onto the court after their fellow team, as they will be taking on the Baker Bulldogs in a rematch of their opening game from last year. And the Baker Bulldogs coming into this with a pair of wins as well, making it to the championship game, maybe one of the biggest success stories and biggest turnaround stories of this year's tournament. Talking to Coach Matt Sand from the Bulldogs, he was very impressed with what his squad was able to do, and he's looking forward to a contest with the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals and a look for revenge for some of those Bulldogs who are on that squad. We'll talk more about that game as we continue on through this pregame show coverage. Right now, though, we're going to take a bigger focus on what these two teams tonight are going to be bringing to the table, the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Emmett Huskies. And when you look at the way the tournament has worked out so far, Soda Springs maybe got a little bit of a detrimental start. You looked at it, getting the Baker Bulldogs JV team in the first round might have been a good thing for the Cardinals. Well, looking back on it now that the Cardinals lost their second game to Parma and the Panthers, it might have been a bad thing that the Cardinals started off with a weaker team. They weren't necessarily able to really get their rhythm and get started in the way that they wanted to get going out there on the court. They did win 56-22 against the Baker Bulldogs. Then they turned around, and after getting as much as an 18-point lead against Parma and the Panthers, watched as that lead slowly disappeared, and the Cardinals were able to, or the Parma Panthers, I should say, were able to come away with a victory 58-53 over the Soda Springs Cardinals last night. On the other side for Emmett and the Huskies, they opened up with a matchup with North Fremont. That was a 61-47 victory for Emmett in that contest, as they cruised fairly easily in the second half after being tied at halftime in that contest. On the other side, the second game for them put them against Weiser and the Wolverines, a team that came off an upset of their own, taking down Caldwell and the 4A Cougars in their opening round matchup over in the Laka Gym. After that, Weiser was able to take down Emmett 59-50 despite a rapid comeback by Emmett late in that game, and saw the Emmett Huskies go down to Weiser and the Wolverines. So the championship game later on this afternoon at 2:30 will feature the host Parma Panthers taking on the Weiser Wolverines, and this game features Emmett and the Soda Springs Cardinals, as those two squads will take each other on the court in just about 15 minutes. As this first game wrapping its way up, the Nissa Bulldogs are going to fall to Caldwell and the Cougars. 52-31 is the score right now. A last-second heave towards the bucket by Nissa is going to be no good, with 22 seconds starting to wind down off of the clock. Under 20 seconds to go, Nissa got the rebound and puts up a second shot. Another offensive rebound, and another shot's going to be no good. And another one, as a scrum for the ball down low, is finally going to be won over by Caldwell and the Cougars. And then a jump ball will be called by the officials with 8.6 seconds left, and the Cougars taking over the basketball to milk this one away for a victory to take home third place in this Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament, as the Nissa Bulldogs go down to fourth place. But for Nissa, you can't necessarily feel like it was a bad game or a bad tournament for them either. The buzzer sounds, and again, final score 52-31 of the game preceding the boys for Soda. We'll take a break, come back with more on our pregame show. Our standout student coming up on the other side. This has been your Scene Set
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Welcome back out to our pregame show. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We apologize for the frozen video. We'll try and get that fixed in a moment. But right now it's time for us to jump into our next interview with our standout student, Chenille Lakely, from the Soda Springs High School. She's a junior at the high school. We'll take a look at that interview after this quick break with Caribou Motor Rewind, our sponsor for our standout students at Soda Springs High School.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Caleb Burgraff here with junior Chenille Lakely from Soda Springs High School. And how's your junior year been going for you so far here after a semester of work?
It's been pretty good. I enjoy it. It seems to be going well.
What are some of the classes that you've been in this year?
I have my Common Core, and then I'm also doing peer tutor at the elementary and Soda Pops.
What's the favorite class to be in this year, and what really draws your attention as far as subjects go?
I think Soda Pops is my favorite one so far because it's interactive and you can do just a lot of fun things and you really can get involved.
I know you guys just had your concert a couple weeks ago. How did that go, and is that something you really enjoy too, is getting in front of people and performing after a year of working?
I had to really push myself to get in front of people because I'm quite shy, but I really enjoy it, and I enjoy doing that because I'm not into sports, so it gives me an opportunity to be involved in the school.
What about teachers? What are some of the teachers that you really enjoy here at Soda Springs High School?
I really enjoy the English teacher, Mrs. Pankow, because she's fun and she gets involved with the kids and just makes them feel like they're welcome.
Now this question's a little bit of a double-edged sword for you. Since you're wanting to go into teaching in elementary education, what makes a good teacher to you? What do you see as a good trait for a teacher to have?
I think a good trait for a teacher to have is to be able to focus more on the kids learning than them just passing a test. I think it's good for them to want them to understand the subject.
A couple more questions for you. You talked about being in the Soda Pops as one of your extracurricular activities and also a class. Are there any other things that you're involved in, like BPA, student government, any of those things?
Not school-based, no.
What are some of the other stuff that you do outside of school?
I clean a lodge and I work at a library and I also take art lessons on Saturdays.
Is art something you're really interested in? And if so, what's your favorite medium to be in?
I really enjoy art. I think my favorite's oil painting.
What's the craziest thing you've ever painted or the coolest thing that you've ever gotten to paint?
I just paint landscapes at the moment.
What's your favorite type of landscape to paint?
I really like water.
Now let's look outside of the classroom and moving on. You talked about elementary education. Have you given any thought at all to colleges, and what do you want to stay close to home, far away from home when it comes to that? What's kind of the thought process there?
I don't want to go any farther than 5 hours away, but I really think that they have some good colleges in this area. So,
a couple more questions. The first one is, what about outside of school when you're just in your free time, you're bored, you're sitting at home? What do you want to go out and do when you're around here in Soda Springs?
I usually take off on the four-wheeler or a snow machine or something. I just like to get up in the mountains and have time.
Enjoy nature and all of the splendor around you. This one's a little bit tricky because you don't want to give away any of your quiet spots, but where's your favorite place to go and just find quiet and be away from people?
We have this place up in the forest that has a ton of pine trees, and I just like to go up on the mountain and just listen.
Final thing for you, and that's here at Soda Springs High School. What's your favorite thing about being a Cardinal? When you come to school, what makes this place enjoyable to be at?
We're such a small community that everyone knows each other. So what I really like about this is it's like one big family.
Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to sit down and talk with us. You're a standout student.
Thank you.
That was junior Chandalyn Lakely from the Soda Springs High School. She's a junior over there. We're going to take another break. We'll get our video stream fixed for those of you watching online at mylocalradio.com, as well as come back with more information here. Will Sims will talk with us from the Soda Springs Cardinals boys basketball team about what the Cardinals need to do in this game in order to bounce back from a loss last week.
Website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the holiday tournament in Parma, Idaho. Third place game for the boys' side getting set to start. About 6 minutes left until the opening lineups for this one. We'll take a look at our interview now with Will Sims. He's a junior for the Soda Springs Cardinals right here on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Will Sims, who's from the Soda Springs Cardinals basketball team. And Will, you guys struggled a little bit in the game last night. You got a really good lead. How do you guys bounce back from last night's game and be able to come back focused in tonight's contest?
I think we just get back to doing what we do the best. Last night, the second half, we kind of got away from what we were doing. I think we need to do that tonight.
One of the things that looked like you struggled with last night was really getting the ball down into the post consistently in that second half. What are some things that you guys might need to do in order to get the ball down a little bit more consistently?
We got to be stronger. Us posts have to post up better, and some of the passes we can do a little better, but I don't know.
Emotionally, how do you guys also recover from that game where you have such a roller coaster of things going on during a game? And what are some of the things that the coaches were telling you guys after the game in the locker room?
We just need to bounce back. We just need to come together as a team and do what we do best.
For you guys, a lot of good post players here on this team, but also a lot of good outside shooting. Is the balance help you guys when it comes to getting out there onto the court and having success in games and having confidence in the other players on the team?
Oh, I would say that's definitely a helpful thing because we can get into the post and then we can get it back out to the three-point shooters, and we just nice balance, and it's good.
Couple more really quick questions for you before we let you go get dressed up for tonight's game. And the first one is, when you look at this team, how would you say the ceiling is for this team when you look at the teams that you've played against so far this year and the competition you've had?
I think we could go really far. We're a really good team. We have I'd say we have a pretty high ceiling. We just need to come together as a team and do what we do best.
Who are some of the players that you guys need to have step up in tonight's game in order to take third place here at the Parma Invitational?
I would say we all need to step up because it all depends on how we play as a team, but I'd say probably Ridge and Tanner are our usual suspects of stepping up and doing good.
Will, thank you so much for taking the time. Good luck to you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was just junior Will Sims from the Soda Springs Cardinals basketball team in our pregame show. The Cardinals will look to try and bounce back after last night's 58-53 loss to the Parma Panthers. Taking on Emmett and the Huskies from the 3A ranks in just about 2.5 minutes. After this break, we'll come back on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to Parma, Idaho. Caleb Berggraf here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as the two teams talking on their benches for the final time before they take to the court. The Soda Springs boys basketball team getting set to take on Emmett and the Huskies in just about 1 minute of play. We'll jump into our starting lineups, which are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. We start off with Emmett and the Huskies, who are going to be led off by sophomore number 2, DJ Crump. He's a 5'10" sophomore taking the point for them, and a very electrifying sophomore talking to the Parma head coach, who's already had a chance to see this team a couple of times. After that, 5'9" junior is number 13, Jordan Gleim. Number 20 is a 6'4" senior, Sage Wilkerson. Number 23 is a 6'2" junior, Luke Overton. And number 33 is a 6'4" junior, Mitchell Maxfield. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, it is the same starting five that we have gotten used to seeing out there for the Cardinals. It is going to be number 2, 6' senior Tanner Myers. Number 3 is 5'11" senior Josh Balls. Number 10 is 5'11" junior Ridge Thompson. Then the post in the backcourt or the front court will include Will Sims, number 20. He's a 6'4" junior, and 6'4" sophomore, number 23, Henry Workman, who both of those have been having fairly good tournaments, although in the last game, the post, as we talked about in the pregame show, was shut down a little bit for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Today's starting lineups again brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health in Montpelier. Two teams take to the court. Opening tip brought to you by the 3C Grill in Grace, Burgers, Pizza, and Barbecue, and they cater as well. Cardinals will be working left to right to open things out. Home team in the white uniforms with red trim. Opening tip won over by neither team as it's still on the ground and finally picked up by Emmett, who flows it up ahead. Crump pump fakes, drives to baseline, throws up a shot, can't get it to go, and Will Sims on the early rebound will get it up ahead to Josh Balls, who lays it up himself. Quick start for the Cardinals as they jump out 2-0. They did the same thing to Parma in their last game and are hoping to do the same thing, but consistently do it and hold on to the lead in this game against Emmett. Crump flips the ball over to the left side wing, taken there by Overton. He goes back up top of the key, 3-ball up and off the back iron before sitting on the top of the rim and being rebounded by Will Sims underneath the basket. A missed shot came from Connor Falk on that play. Over to the left side, Tanner Myers throws a pass almost away from Josh Balls. Cardinals will recover it, though, and Ridge Thompson will come up to take the point. Walks to the left side, backs it up towards the half-court stripe before walking it up again the left side of the court. Goes to Josh Balls on the right sideline. Skip pass to the left side corner. Myers gives back to Thompson. Near side Balls looks inside before going back to Thompson. Deep three from NBA range. Drops it home. Ridge Thompson stroking it from the outside. 5-0 Cardinals up after a minute and 15 seconds. Over to the left side, the Emmett Huskies come with the ball. Crump takes it top of the key, goes to the left side wing. Overton flips it to the right side where Sage Wilkerson gives back to Crump on the wing. Down low, open pass, wide open layup for Jordan Gleim. Easy basket there. The Cardinals, though, are going to run it, and another dunk for Henry Workman, running the court and flushing it down, his third dunk of the tournament. 7-2, the Cardinals answer right back. Their quick pace outrunning the Emmett Huskies right now. Over to the left side, Crump holds on to the basketball, goes to his right, stops top of the key, pump fakes, Will Sims flies by. Crump's shot misses everything but the backboard. Will Sims gets the rebound, pokes it up ahead to Tanner Myers, and the Cardinals will slow the pace up a little bit, but for long, though, as Ridge Thompson quickly drives, floats a teardrop that's poked out of bounds and will remain Soda Springs basketball. Fast and furious pace. 7-2, Cardinals up by 5 here after just over 2 minutes of play gone by, and it'll be Josh Balls set to inbound the basketball from the right side. Slaps the ball, looks to his left, now lobs one deep. It'll be taken by Workman before going to the right side. Sims passes it down low. Tanner Myers' little fadeaway jumper from the lower right-hand block gets it to go. It's 9-2 now with 5:45 to go. Bringing the ball up forward again is going to be Overton. Passes it left side to Gleim. Gleim goes back underneath, give and go to Overton, who lays it up and in. Luke gets onto the scoreboard. It's still a 5-point game, 9-4. Full court pressure being applied by Emmett and the Huskies. Cardinals working it up the court to break it. Flip it up ahead to Myers over in the left side corner at half court. Tied up, stripped away. Crump takes the basketball up ahead, and he's going to lay that one in softly on the first turnover of the game for either team. Soda Springs committing the infraction on the full court press, shaking them a little bit right now. Cardinals will throw it away again as Josh Ball skies for the ball, can't quite get his full fingertips on it, and ends up seeing it as a turnover. Back to Emmett, back-to-back times the Cardinals have come up the court, maybe rushing their pace a little bit, and it is a 9-6 ball game right now with 5:09 to go in the first quarter of play. Emmett will inbound the ball once again and bring it forward. Right-hand dribble for Overton as he crosses the timeline with 5:04 to go. Near side, Crump takes the ball as it bumps him on his right side, catches it, recovers, passes it left side. Overton looks inside, passes it back inside the lane, back to Overton, top of the key, underneath pass, blocked away by Will Sims. Rebound goes into the hands of Ridge Thompson, who will bring it up the left side, and is fouled on his way up the left sideline, and will take the ball underneath the basket. Foul is going to be whistled on DJ Crump for his first. Cardinals to inbound underneath the basket. And Josh Balls will be set to start the action off. Holds the ball above his head, looks to his right, now flips it inside to Sims, has it thrown away from his hands, and it will remain Soda Springs basketball. Good call by the officials there, as it was Emmett who got a hand on it, and that would be Sage Wilkerson who was the responsible party. Pass in, Ridge Thompson takes it left side wing, goes up top to Myers. He finds Josh Balls, and an offensive foul is going to be called against the Cardinals. I think they're going to get a moving screen on Soda, and they're going to call it on Will Sims as he and Josh Balls got a little bit tangled up. I think that kept Will Sims from being able to set his feet, and it ends up turning it back over to Emmett. Another turnover for the Cardinals is their third, and the ball will be brought forward by Overton, taking the point. Left to the top of the key, gives off now, taken there by Crump. He fakes the pass inside, drives to his right, goes around Sims, flips the pass underneath where a layup is blown under the hoop by Mitch Maxfield. Sims gets his fourth rebound of the quarter, and the Cardinals will come back up the court with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Thompson passes right side, Josh Balls flips the pass back to Ridge over on the left sideline. He'll come up, passes it corner, Tanner Myers open for three, in motion, cans it home. Tanner with his 5th point of the game. Cardinals up by 6, 12-6. Over to the right side. Overton takes it on the right side wing. Looks to his right, dribbles a couple times, floats a pass underneath. Maxwell fouled on his way to the hoop. Beautiful give and go, and Maxwell is going to earn a couple of free throws at the line. This one's going to go on Henry Workman for his first foul. As the two teams, 3 total fouls between the two of them with 4 minutes gone by first quarter, and Maxwell will try to stroke home a couple of free throws. First one up and good. The 6'4" junior out of Emmett knocks home the first one, and Cardinals will make some substitutions, as the first one coming in is going to be Kyle Olson off of the bench. Emmett also making a couple of subs, as out of the game is going to check Luke Overton. And still take a seat on the, DJ Crump is going to take a seat on the bench. Over to the left side as the second free throw good as well. Cardinals will move it to Josh Balls, right sideline, fakes a pass inside, now gives it to Tanner Myers, who fronts into the post, drives in, loses his footing, gives it back over to Emmett on another turnover for Soda Springs. Near side, ball is going to be dribbled once, flipped up to the top, turned over to the Cardinals. Ridge Thompson passes up ahead to Josh Balls, who runs the court himself, 2 steps, and fouled with the bucket. Josh Balls gets his 4th point of the game. He's going to head with a turnover and a chance at a 3-point play. Foul is going to be whistled on Luke Overton, who was running stride for stride with Josh down the left side of the lane and ended up giving him a bump down to the hardwood. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Soda Springs up by 6, 14-8 in a very, as I've said, fast-paced game here in the early going. Josh's free throw up and good. Cardinals 1 for 1 at the stripe. Emmett 2 for 2. 3:27 to go. Ball brought forward again by Crump. He'll hesitate. Stands to the left of the top of the key before flipping the ball off to Jordan Gleim. Gleim gives it back over to the right side. It'll be taken there by Elliott. Back up top to Crump, and an offensive foul called away from the ball. Crump just getting ready to drive, but Sage Wilkerson set a improper screen and gives it back to Soda Springs now as the battle down low. A very physical game between these two squads. 15-8. Cardinals up by 7, and he'll bring it forward with Ridge Thompson taking the point as he comes up to his right. Goes back to his left, gives off to Josh Balls, holds it outside the left wing. Pass inside, Workman. Another offensive foul is going to be called. This one on Ridge Thompson. Officials really watching those screens off of the ball, and it's working against both teams, as that is, I believe, 2 offensive fouls on the Cardinals and a single offensive foul on Emmett. So a point of emphasis here that the coaches may want to flag to their players. 3:03 to go, and Crump brings it forward. Left side, it'll be taken on the wing before being passed up top of the key. Right side, they move it over to Elliott. Elliott comes back to Crump. He'll pump fake, drives in, hesitates before passing it to the near side, where it's going to be drilled on a 15-foot shot by Sage Wilkerson. 15-10, Cardinals holding on to that 5-point lead. They've led by as much as 7 in the game. Pass down low to Hiram Brown, fresh in the game for the Cardinals, is banked in. Hiram gets it to go in a little fadeaway jumper of his own from the right block, and the Cardinals back up by 7 with 2.5 to go. Crump to the left side wing. Flips to Elliott. It'll be passed off back to Crump in the wing before he tries to dribble it away. Has the ball swatted out of his hands. Hiram Brown flips it up ahead. Will Kress ends up with it in his hands after it was bobbled around. Josh Balls now takes it, flips through the lane. Tanner Myers up with a shot. Too strong on the layup. Rebounded by Elliott. Only the first rebound of the game for the Huskies. And Crump on his way through is going to be fouled as he forces the issue. Takes it right to the hoop. and DJ Crump is going to be rewarded for his aggressiveness as he will step to the line. Foul is going to be called on Will Kress, his first. 14 fouls on the Cardinals, 3 on the Huskies. And again, the officials really letting these two teams play. It's been a physical game so far. Crump, first free throw, up, no good. Too strong off the back iron. He'll have one more coming up. Cardinals, as I said, winning the rebounding battle 5-1 so far in this game, which is a shock because they are a little bit outside Emmett's squad. Not necessarily as bad as they were last night against Parma, but definitely not the bigger team on the court in this contest. 17-10, one more free throw coming up for Emmett, and the pump fake will be a turnover as Emmett Crump pump faked on the free throw attempt, and a couple of the players jumped out, but they're going to say it was Spencer Keene who broke into the lane first, so the free throw will not be taken after all. And that's why, as a player, you just got to take the free throw. You have a free shot. The pump fake doesn't do you any good, so you might as well just take the free throw when you have a chance. 2:05 to go, ball brought forward, and it'll be Tanner Myers to slow the pace down and dribble it up. Goes to his left, stands on the wing before driving to the hoop. Free lane to the basket, but he can't hit the layup. Rebound rolls off to Brennan Barrett. He gives it up ahead, laid up and off the glass before being tipped into the hands of Hiram Brown by Tanner Myers. He'll come up to Will Kress, left side. Josh Balls takes it for a moment. One dribble inside Brown, pounds it down on a power dribble, up with a shot off the back iron. No good, and this time the ball floats off to Yancey Hyde. He comes up, takes the point himself. Right side wing, goes between the legs, picks up his dribble, and hands off to Overton, who's checked back into the game. Overton to the right side. Yancey puts up a shot. No, pump fakes. Pass the ball batted out of his fingertips. Goes back to pick it up. It was tipped, so no backcourt violation. Runs up, puts up a quick three ball from the top of the key. In motion, no good. Hiram Brown skies for his first rebound of the game, and the score is still 17-10. Frozen like that for the last 2.5 minutes. It'll be the Cardinals to bring it forward. Tanner Myers comes to the right side, picks up his dribble, gives off to Hiram Brown, and a foul is going to be called as Yancey Hyde came out trying to steal the ball and bumped Tanner Myers on the pass. Cardinals will get to inbound now from the near sideline as Will Sims gets set to check back in, as does Ridge Thompson. Josh Balls and Hiram Brown will check out of the game. Good minutes for both of them in the early going of this one. One more chance now as Will Kress inbounds. Cardinals with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. Watch as Ridge Thompson brings the ball up the court. Walks to his right, now goes back to his left, cuts through to the corner where he gives off to Tanner Myers. He'll stop, rises from 19 feet, can't get it to go. Rebound kicks off the rim, and up by Luke Overton for his first board. The point guard drives up the court, steps through, lays one up, bumped, and the foul. Beautiful play by Luke Overton. Again, the aggressiveness of Element really paying dividends for them so far in this early game, as that's why they've been able to stay through as their drives into the lane. They're using their physicality to their advantage against a smaller but quicker Cardinal squad. 17-12, 5 fouls on the Cardinals now. That one's going to be whistled on Tanner Myers for his first. All 5 fouls are to individual players, so nobody's picked up more than 1 for Soda Springs. 45.3 left to go here as Overton looks at the end one free throw, puts it up, and the right-handed shooter can't get it to go. Olsen tracks down the rebound as he gets it to Ridge Thompson to bring it forward. Ridge backing his way up the court, gets bumped from behind, loses the ball, gets it back to Tanner Myers, who goes behind the back to throw it into the hands of Emmett. Up ahead, they'll give to Overton underneath the basket. Rebound put up into the air as it was picked up on the near side by Sage Wilkerson. His shot no good. Tanner Myers pulled a rebound of his own. His shot up no good on his run to court. And it will be Cardinals basketball to inbound as a foul is going to be whistled underneath the hoop. Emmett crowd wanted a goaltending call, but the hand hit the backboard and not the basketball, so no goaltending there as the foul is going to be whistled on Luke Overton. That's going to be his second. 23 seconds to go. Cardinals with the ball, up by 5, 17-12. Will Sims straight to the hoop, lays it up, can't get it to go, fouled as a late whistle comes in after Will was under the basket. And it's going to go on Mitchell Maxfield for his first and sends Will Sims to the free throw line. Will in yesterday's game ended up with a fairly solid game as he ended up putting up 8 points, only 2 rebounds though. He's already outdone that total as he crouches, and the junior fires this one up and gets it to go, so he's officially onto the scoreboard. 6 different Cardinals accounting for their 18 points so far, 18-12, and that 6-point advantage. 19 seconds to go as Will gets the basketball for his second free throw attempt. And he'll put this one up as well. That one rattles its way down. Cardinals 3 for 3 from the line, and a lead back up now to 7 points, 19-12. It'll be brought forward now, does the basketball as DJ Crump tries to drive his way in. Quick move, pass the ball outside, foul before the pass though. And the foul goes on to Kyle Olson. It'll be Kyle's first foul as well, so 16 fouls for each side. And out of the game is going to check Spencer Keene. Back into the game for him is going to be Jordan Gleim. Gleim looks in, holds the ball above his head, passes it to the outside corner. Elliott gives up top. DJ Crump puts up from 19 feet, gets it to go. Smart move by DJ. They're going to call that a 2-point basket, and it is a 5-point game still. As a quick shot up at the buzzer. Ridge Thompson, count it, from deep, answering right back. He's got 6 points, a pair of triples, answering to the triple as they do call it a 3 from DJ Crump. 21-15, Soda Springs up by 6. They're going to call that a 2 for Ridge Thompson. We'll take a quick break, come back with the second quarter of play in a fun-to-watch game here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back out to the second quarter of play. A high-scoring affair here so far between the Emmett Huskies and the Soda Springs Cardinals, but Soda Springs on top in the early going by 7, 22-15, as they look to take third place in this Holiday Invitational Tournament. With 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, we take a look at our sponsors for this game as Gem Valley Surveyors sponsoring the shot of the game. Maybe just saw that one with Ridge Thompson's triple to end the quarter on the first quarter of play, brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Also, keep an eye out for your play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast. Over to the left side, Thompson passes it off to Dylan Downs. He comes around, steps inside, puts up a jumper from the free throw line, tries to bank it in. DJ Crump pulls down his first rebound of the game and brings it forward. The DJ goes to the right side, passes it off to the wing, taken there by Gleim. He looks inside before trying to step through. Downs cuts around him. The bigger man can't keep up, and the shot is up, and a foul will be called on Downs, who lost track of him. And it will be, called on Will Sims. So Will Sims picks up his second foul. And it will be 2 free throws coming up at the stripe for Jordan Gleim. Trying to cut it down to a 5-point game if he can make both of these. Free throw up and good. He's got 3 points in the game now. Good even scoring for Emmett in this game so far as well. 5 different players have cracked the scoreboard for them. 6 for the Cardinals so far in tonight's game, or this morning's game, I should say, with it just still in the late hours of the morning at 11:56 here in Parma, Idaho. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded underneath the basket by Sage Wilkerson. His putback, no good. Sims pulls down that board, but DJ Crump then strips it away from the Cardinals before Emmett travels with it as Gleim drove into the hoop and walked with the basketball. Both fans for Soda Springs and Emmett complaining about the officiating, which is one of the ways that you can maybe tell that it's been officiated well. Players are being allowed to play the game and not necessarily a lot of calls. That it has been a very physical contest between these two sides. Ridge Thompson picks up the basketball, goes left side. Josh Balls drives into the hoop, fouled on his way in, but an offensive foul. Josh Balls went in out of control, picks up his first and turns it back over to Emmett. As getting set underneath the hoop was one of the Emmett Huskies. I missed which one it was, but either way it was a rough foul to give there, and the ball will be brought forward once again by the Huskies. Overton to the right side, passes the ball off into the corner, or the wing I should say, where Sage Wilkerson gives off to Crump. Left side, stands out there guarded by Ridge Thompson, tries to cut in. Triple teamed as he cuts to the block, goes back up top where Overton takes the basketball. Top of the key guarded there by Josh Balls, who forces him to his left, gives off to Gleim. Gleim tries to cut to his right hand, dribble, passes it up, gets the shot off but can't get it to go. Dylan Downs gets the rebound underneath, and the Cardinals will come back up court once again, 22-16 with 6.5 to go. Into the hoop, Ridge Thompson floats one up, can't get it to go. Too strong off the side of the glass. Rebound pulled down underneath by Maxfield, and he's going to give up to Crump, who can't get his own shot to go. Henry Workman pulls down a rebound. His first of the game to go with his 2 points, and the Cardinals will come back up the court. Josh Balls get contact with Crump, no foul call. Now another offensive foul called underneath the basket. They're going to call Josh Balls again. No, Ridge Thompson this time, as a charge is going to be taken underneath the hoop. That's the second foul on the Cardinals. 9 team fouls for Soda Springs and 16 fouls for Emmett and the Huskies so far. Another turnover for the Cardinals as well. As the officials are going to talk things over. Timeout's going to be taken by the officials. We'll talk things over as well and take a break after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Welcome back out here to Parma, Idaho. The Holiday Inn, a sponsor of Soda Springs basketball in this tournament, as they're helping us bring this game to you this week, and it's a wonderful hotel. So I have to say, if you have a chance to stay out here in the Boise area, the Holiday Inn and Suites at the Nampa Idaho Center, a wonderful place for you to come and spend your nights. 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Emmett with the basketball out of the official timeout, 22-16, and a foul away from the basketball is going to be called. This one goes on Ridge Thompson as well, as they're going to say he was too rough as he came around a screen that was being set by Sage Wilkerson. Wilkerson hit the deck. It's the third foul for Ridge Thompson. Tough player to lose for Soda Springs, as it will send Wilkerson to the line for the double bonus. 10 fouls on the Cardinals already. Emmett sitting on the cusp of getting into the double or into the single bonus for the Cardinals, as they have 16 fouls. First free throw up and good by Wilkerson, cuts it to a 5-point game again, 17-22. One more free throw coming up. Wilkerson sends that short off the front of the rim. Hiram Brown pulls down the board. He's going to be double teamed, gets up ahead to Tanner Myers, and they will bring it forward. Myers goes into the lane, bounce pass behind him, no look pass to Olsen before he gives it to Josh Balls. Josh takes it top of the key, walks it back near half court, over to his left, spins back to his right, passes it off to Tanner Myers, who has it almost picked off by Wilkerson. Now a lane to the hoop, opens up, he lays it up and in. Blocking foul is going to be called down low underneath the basket, as Tanner Myers did a great job stepping around Overton down low underneath the basket. And Tanner will step to the hoop for a chance at a 3-point play after knocking down the hoop. Overton picks up his third by my count. 7-point lead for Soda Springs at 24-17. And another free throw coming up for Soda to try and expand their lead to 8, which would be the biggest it's been all game. So both teams losing one of their point guards. DJ Crump still out there for the Emmett Huskies, Was the free throw up and good by Tanner Myers. Soda Springs still perfect at the stripe, 4 for 4. Huskies pushing the pace up the court. Shot up and blocked away underneath the basket, but the Huskies get it back on a loose ball that's going to be rebounded twice by Mitch Spencer Keene. He can't get that up either time into the hoop, and now DJ Crump goes up for a shot of his own, who's going to be fouled and head to the stripe, as Emmett struggling to find a way to get it down through the cylinder. And Crump stepping to the line for a pair of free throws, where he's 0 for 1 at the stripe so far in tonight's game. I believe the second rebound or the third rebound came down to Sage Wilkerson, so we'll give it to him. First free throw up and good by DJ Crump, with one more coming up. 25-18, back to a 7-point lead for Soda Springs. Scoring has slowed down here in this quarter, but the pace of the game certainly has not, as both teams still running the court quickly up and down. One more coming up for DJ Crump. She crouches, puts it up, and rolls that one down as well. Whistle blows as the Cardinals will make a sub, and Will Kress will check into the game. Kyle Olson will check out. And Soda will have to bring the ball up court against a loose full court press that now backs up for Emmett and the Huskies. Josh brings the ball forward, right side, now goes back to his left, crosses the timeline, floats one up ahead to Henry Workman, the sophomore, holds it above his head, top of the key, feeds one down low to Will Kress, who turns around and banks it in softly, let the defender fly by him, and went up for his first points of the game. Cardinals with an 8-point lead. Emmett almost throws it away. Right side, ball's going to be given in, and driving into the hoop before being fouled is Spencer Keene. He's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws. Foul is going to be called on Henry Workman for his second. And Keene, who has yet to score in tonight's game, will step to the stripe, and he hits the first free throw. 5:02 to go here, second quarter of play in a very physical basketball game. The officials were letting the kids play a lot in the first quarter, but things started to get very rough out there, so they're having to try and tighten things up a little bit. Tanner Myers pulls down the rebound after a missed free throw, and he'll bring it forward, taking the point. To the right side, goes behind the back, now tries to dribble in, goes through the legs, loses the basketball, push from behind. Easy call for the officials. There's Jordan Gleim, put a hand right into the square of Tanner Myers' back and pushed him down to the ground as he was trying to get up the loose ball. I don't think it was necessarily an intentional push, more just a push in the motion and in the heat of the moment. 4 minutes and 53 to go, and the Cardinals will step to the free throw line now. And Tanner Myers will get a chance at his own free throws. Wearing the KD socks with the white shoes, gray highlights as the first free throw up and good in the 1-and-1. Tanner already up to 9 points in the game so far. He had 19. They're going to call a lane violation on the Cardinals, though. And now the officials are going to talk things over. So the foul, is going to be called on the Cardinals. Not sure. The officials, again, talking things over. I think they're trying to decide whether this one's going to be 1-and-1 free throws or 2 free throws for the Huskies. The shot is good as the score sits at 27-20. I think they're deciding whether to count the free throw or not. Now the official is going to come over and talk things over. It is going to be a good free throw. So make it 28-20, and then a shove is going to be called on Henry Workman, which will be his third foul, which will send the Huskies back to the other side for free throws, but not before Tanner Myers gets one more at the line. So the Huskies will be taking free throws after Myers gets his second one after making the first. Free throw up and no good off of the front of the rim. So nothing there for the Cardinals. The score remains 28-20, and we walk back to the other end where it's going to be Sage Wilkerson who will be taking a pair of free throws. He's 1 for 2 in the game so far, as the 6'4" senior with a headband popping up his hair gets the basketball for the first one. Free throw up and good. 4 points now for Wilkerson in the game. 28-21, and another free throw coming up. Spins the ball back in his left hand, puts it up with the right hand. That's good as well. 3 for 4 now from the stripe, and the Cardinals will look to bring this one forward. Josh Balls comes up with the left-hand dribble, switches to the right hand, and brings it up the right sideline. Goes over and is guarded by DJ Crump outside, gives off to Dylan Downs. Downs holds it above his head, goes inside. Will Kress gets away with a travel. Josh Balls puts up a 3 of his own. Rebound tipped around. Hiram Brown runs into Josh Balls but gets him the basketball. Downs fights in, has the ball blocked up into the air, and it will be over the basket to the Huskies of Emmett. 28-22, and another sub comes in for Emmett, is taking a seat on the bench. Hayden Clayton, and back out into the game is going to check Jordan Gleim. Crump will bring the basketball forward. Under 4.5 left to play here. Second quarter of play. Over to the left side. The ball's going to be fed to Yancey Hyde. Hyde gives off to Crump. He drives around to his left. Cuts back underneath the hoop. Floats up a teardrop. Fouled on his way to the basket. And he's going to step to the free throw line for a pair. This one is called on Hiram Brown. It'll be Brown's first foul. DJ Crump to the stripe, where he is 2 for 3. First foul on Brown. Cardinals with 13 fouls in this half. First free throw rolls off the rim. No good. Crump not getting the sweet touch on that one, as the rim being unkind to the sophomore point guard. And a very impressive sophomore point guard at that for this Emmett squad. Blonde hair poofed up above his white headband, as it is blonde and bleached hair. As a timeout is going to be called after the second free throw good. Soda Springs wanted to talk things over, as Coach Greg Bergholm wanting to chat with his squad. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out. I want to apologize, as number 15 for the Emmett Huskies is Max Gleim, not Yancey Hyde. So we want to make that correction. Cardinals on their first possession out of the timeout will turn the ball back over to the Huskies. Brought forward, cut up, and into the lane goes, that is Jordan Gleim. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound comes into the hands of Dylan Downs, who gives off to Will Crest to bring it forward. Josh Ball stands top of the key as he goes over to the left side. Picks up his dribble, fires a pass down low. Tanner Myers turns around, puts up a fadeaway, no good. Rebound fought for, picked up by Myers underneath the basket. He lays it up and in and gets it to go. He's got 4 rebounds and 11 points in the game. A strong performance for the senior guard. Over to the top of the key. It's going to be Crump flipping it over. Jordan Gleim puts up a triple. That drops home sweet from the outside. 6 points for Gleim now. 30-26. The lead cut down to 4 for the Cardinals. 3 minutes and 14 to go. Josh Balls drives to his right, picks up his dribble, feeds off to Tanner Myers, and now it's going to be Max Gleim who's called for his second foul. And it will send Tanner Myers to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws, the final 1-and-1 for Soda Springs in this half, as the 9th team foul is picked up by the Huskies. Myers, first one up and short off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound's going to be picked up off the ground by Maxfield. He goes up ahead. Jordan Gleim almost picks up a 3. Now passes it off to Crump on the left side wing. Drives to his right. Cuts in. Foul is going to be called away from the drive as it goes on Will Kress, as he was trying to guard Crump, who was cutting into the lane, and he ends up putting a hand onto Crump, and it will send the sophomore to the free throw line once again, where he is 3 for 5. 2 more attempts coming up. First free throw by Crump up, and that is good. Make him 4 for 7 now, 4 for 6 now, with the 7th free throw coming up as soon as we get a ball back to him. And he'll have it bounce back to him once more. Toes the line. Right-handed shooter. Puts this one up. That is no good off the back iron. Josh Ball is able to track down the rebound. That's his first board of the game, and he'll take the point to bring it forward. Passes it near side. Tanner Myers with the ball. Goes between the legs. Loses his dribble. Picks up. Gives back to Josh. Cutting into the lane. Near side. Dylan Downs wide open for 3. Can't get it to go. A foul is going to be called. This one looks like it's going to be on Emmett, as Hiram Brown was pushed out of the lane. It goes on to Spencer Keene, and will be his first, and sends Hiram Brown to the line for a pair of free throws. Double bonus the rest of the way through this one for the first half of play for both squads now. Brown's first free throw up and down. He's got 3 points now in the game, and the Cardinals lead back up to 4, 31-27 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here. Sub out. Crest takes a seat as Riley Simmons back into the game for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. The junior It's going to be backed out and boxed out as the rebound is going to be pulled down by Jordan Gleim, his first board of the game. Crump brings it forward, tries the stutter step, goes to the right side wing. Ball's going to be picked up there by Wilkerson before giving back to Crump. Drives to his left, picks it up outside the circle, throws one underneath and throws it away. Hiram Brown tracks it down, flips it back to Tanner Myers. He can't hold on to it though, and a travel will be called on the outside as Emmett, despite avoiding the turnover initially, will end up turning it over in the end as Mitchell Maxfield couldn't keep his footing. And the ball will be back to the Cardinals as Riley Simmons inbounds and will jog up the court in front of Josh Balls. Josh warms up with his left side, now crosses half court with 2:19 to go. Picks up his dribble by the sideline, fires a pass off to Dylan Downs, who picks it up, takes a step, in motion, three ball, top of the key, count it. Dylan Downs into the scorebook as well. 4-3 of the game for the Cardinals. They lead by 7, once again 34-27. 2:03 to go. Ball to the right side. Pump fake going to be taken there by Jordan Glime's near side. It's Crump going over back to Gleim. He can't hit the shot. Rebound tracked down on the near sideline though, and it's going to be picked up there and missed on a shot by Sage Wilkerson. Rebound on the backside is going to be a foul called against the Cardinals. We'll see who they whistle it on. Missed the official putting the numbers up. It's Josh Balls picking up his second, and it's going to send Jordan Gleim to the free throw line for a pair. First one up and no good off the front of the rim. The junior can't hit the first one, and he'll have another one coming up. And he'll have one more attempt at the stripe as he toes the line with the right foot. Morgan Steele getting set to check back in for Soda Springs and the Cardinals as the second free throw is going to count. That drops down through and good. Give Jordan Gleim 7 points in the game now, 34-28. And the Cardinals will sub out Josh Balls with Morgan Steele taking his place. Couple of younger kids on the court, kids that play JV time. Morgan Steele, Riley Simmons, and Dylan Downs all on the court for the Cardinals right now as they have a younger group. Riley Simmons takes it in the right side corner, picks up his dribble, passes up top. Tanner Myers takes it to the right of the top of the key. Fakes a pass, picks up his dribble, now spins around, loses the ball. They're going to call a foul from behind. Reaching in, Jordan Gleim picks up his second. Tanner Myers will have another pair of free throws coming up. He's taken 4 so far in the game, 2 for 4 at the line to this point. Minute and 31 seconds to go here as Myers has the ball bounced to him. Goes through his routine, puts up the front end, and can't get it to go. Skipped off the front of the rim and dropped harmlessly to the right side. And after making his first 2, Tanner Myers has missed his last 3 free throw attempts. The Cardinals have only made 1 of their last 4. Second free throw up, and that's no good as well. DJ Crump has the ball bounced into his hand. He brings it up, lofts a pass right side, back out to the right side wing. Elliott puts up a triple. Cole Elliott knocks home that one. It's 34-31, back to a 3-point game with 1 minute and 15 to go. It'll be Tanner Myers to bring the basketball forward, going over to his left side. Picks up his dribble. Simmons comes out to pick up the basketball. Fakes a pass to his left, comes back to Downs. Downs goes over to Morgan Steele, top of the key. Morgan comes to the right side wing. Waits for a flasher to come up from the post, bounce pass to Myers. Myers tries to drive, picks up his dribble. No, he doesn't, keeps his dribble, gives out to Morgan Steele. He finds Simmons. Simmons, guarded by Crump, catches a screen from Myers, drives around, has a shot blocked as Simmons able to recover as it looked like, Crump able to recover. It looked like Simmons was going to have an easy shot. Instead, it's blocked out of bounds by Crump with a great job recovering and getting back into the action. 47 seconds to go. Cardinals to inbound from the baseline as Morgan Steele will get set to start the action. As he has the ball handed to him, passes it near side. Tanner Myers step back, puts up a triple, fading away. A rebound goes into the hands of Spencer Keene as that was a poor shot attempt coming from Tanner Myers. 37 seconds to go. 34-31. Crump to the right side, passes the ball off. It'll be taken in the corner by Wilkerson. He fires it back to Crump, top of the key. He comes around to his left, and a offensive foul is going to be called. Mitchell Maxfield picking up this one. That's his second, and an illegal screen. They're going to say he lowered the shoulder into the Cardinal coming around to defend Crump, and Soda Springs gets the turnover. 5th turnover of the game by Emmett compared to the 9 turnovers Soda Springs has. It'll be Myers to bring the basketball forward. Looks over to Coach Bergholm to get the play, and now comes across the timeline with 18 seconds to go. Cardinals going to hold for the last shot here, up by 3, 34-31. Myers comes back to his right. Guarded on the outside by Brennan Barrett. He gives off now to Simmons. Simmons takes the ball near side, and a foul's going to be called away from the basketball. And it goes on to Spencer Keene, and will be his second foul, and sends Riley Simmons to the free throw line. Again, a very physical game here between these two teams, but the officiating has been very even and balanced on both sides, so no complaints there. There shouldn't be many complaints. There's Riley Simmons. Looked to have a little bit of a hitch in his free throw attempt as it misses off the right side of the rim and bounces down into the hands of the official. 5 seconds to go. One more free throw coming up, trying to give the Cardinals a 4-point lead and a 2-possession advantage. Free throw up. This one is gonna get the fall. Simmons able to go 1 for 2 at the line. Crump brings the ball forward. 2 seconds to go. Drives to his left. Puts up a shot from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. And it's going to head to the half with a 4-point game, 35-31. Emmett and the Cardinals in a good one here at the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show in KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. The Soda Springs Cardinals with a 35-31 lead at the half over Emmett and the Huskies in a very, very physical contest between these two sides. The Lady Cardinals out getting a little bit of a shoot around in before heading into the locker room to get changed, as they are going to be in the game after this one in a championship matchup between themselves and the Baker Lady Bulldogs. We take a look at our first half highlights in this one, though, and we start off with that first quarter, which saw a high-scoring affair. Officials really letting the two teams play, and it was 22-15 by the end of that first quarter of play. Cardinals then would see the offensive pace slow down, and Emmett would start to creep back in, using some outside shooting as well as good shooting from the free throw line. In fact, only 2 field goals made in that first half, or in that second quarter of play, but they were able to shoot a very good percentage from the line, going 10 for 17 from the free throw line in the second quarter of play. On the other side, the Cardinals went 7 for 13 overall in the game. Also got some good free throw percentage chances, I should say, in the second half, as they only went 4 for 9 in the second half of play, as they're going to be looking to try and maybe improve on that free throw shooting percentage. They still lead by 4, though, at the halftime break. We have another break coming up ourselves, and we'll come back with a look at the exact numbers for these two teams on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Halftime here at the home of the Parma Invitational. You're listening to Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear as we take a look at our numbers through the first half of play. Soda Springs being led by Tanner Myers, who's been having a heck of a tournament since the first game, as he had some good rest in that first game. 11 points and 4 rebounds for the 6-foot senior for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 6 points for Ridge Thompson, as he had a pair of threes in that first half of play. And in fact, in the first quarter of play, including one that closed out the quarter, that is right now our shot of the game. Brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Also still looking for our play of the game. Brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. That's again Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast. If you have family coming in, be sure to give Trail Canyon Lodge a call. No play of the game decided yet. Other scores for the Cardinals include Josh Bones, who's got 5 points, 3 points for Hiram Brown, 2 points apiece for Will Kress, Will Sims, and Henry Workman, and then 1 point for Riley Simmons in the game as well. Soda Springs in the contest has really balanced out their scoring. 9 different players have scored. I forgot to mention Dylan Downs sitting at the bottom of my scorecard. He's got 3 points and 2 rebounds. Cardinals' leading rebounder is Will Sims. He's got 5 in the game, but has been sitting due to some foul trouble. He's got 2 fouls in the game as well. On the other side for Emmett and the Huskies, they're being led by a pair. DJ Crump with 9 points and 2 rebounds. Jordan Gleim has 7 points and 1 rebound. 5 points for Sage Wilkerson, 4 points for Luke Overton. As I said, Emmett's been taking advantage of their free throws, 12 for 20 in the game so far. Cardinals 7 for 13 from the free throw line. 9 turnovers for Soda Springs might be the more nerve-wracking part of this game so far to this point in time. Emmett only 5 turnovers so far in the contest. So they've played a very solid game as well on their side of the coin. We have about 2 minutes till the start of the second half. This has been your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Back with the second half of play after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Back out here at the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament. Start of the second half of play. Emmett will open up with the basketball as they do a quick lob pass underneath the basket and then throw it away on the near sideline. A little bit harried and a little bit hurried, and it ends up costing the Emmett Huskies a possession as the score remains 35-31 with 11 seconds going by here in this third quarter of play. 7:49 to go, and the Cardinals will get set to inbound after they wipe off the basketball, which apparently got a little bit wet on the sidelines when it was thrown into the bleachers. Not sure what it hit exactly, but it tipped something over. So they got a towel out trying to clean off the basketball. Got a little bit sticky, it looks like. And Will Kress will get set to inbound the basketball as the official looks things over. Looks back at the coaching staff for the Huskies and gives a smile, says a sly comment. Now moves the ball back in. It'll be Josh Balls taking the ball. Crump almost turning it over. He's going to come up from behind, looking to maybe get a steal. Instead goes off to the right side on the wing. Tanner Myers takes the basketball for the Cardinals. Goes to the right side. Josh Balls holds on to it there before flipping one down low. Myers tries to go up, gets some contact, no call though. Hiram Brown takes it underneath the basket on the offensive rebound before flowing it back outside to Josh Balls, and the Cardinals will reset the offense here now after getting the offensive board. Still leading by 4, 31-35. Will Kress, great drive to the hoop. Can't get the shot to fall though. Sage Wilkerson gets his 5th rebound of the game, and backup court will come, Emmett and the Huskies, before they lay it up and in. Mitchell Maxfield gets his first bucket of the second half, and the Cardinals lead shrinks down to 1, 35-34, they say on the scoreboard. And the ball will be brought forward again by the Soda Springs Cardinals. I believe that score wrong on the scoreboard. It should be 35-33, and now they correct it. Cardinals can't hit a bucket on the other side. Overton comes up with the rebound. It'll be back to Overton. He pump fakes, goes to his left on the wing, goes back to his right where he finds DJ Crump. Huskies moving left to right on your radio dial and video screen and driving inside. An offensive foul is going to be called. That goes underneath the basket on Mitchell Maxfield, his first of the half, third of the game, and the first team foul on Emmett and the Huskies with 6:39 to go in the third quarter of play. 35-33, the Cardinals up by 2 to bring the basketball forward. It'll be Tanner Myers who who walks over to the right side. Back over to Will Kress, stands on the left side wing. Fakes a step, goes back to Josh Ball's right side, gives off to Tanner Myers. Myers to the right side corner, looks over there, now skips a pass to Josh Balls, drives into the lane, lays one up and in, gets it to go. Great drive by Josh Balls into the lane. He's got 7 points now, and it's 37-33. 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Ball pass to the near side. Crump floats a pass over to the far side, taking it there, Overton, before feeding it into the corner. 3 ball rising up as Wilkerson can't hit it, and Josh Balls has the rebound bounce into his hand. Josh to bring it up the left side wing. 5 minutes and 57 seconds to go. Hands off to Tanner Myers. And the Cardinals will walk it to the right side wing with their senior point guard. Gives off to Kress. Kress goes to Josh. Stands on the left side wing. Gives over to Olsen, who comes out to the top of the key to take the basketball. Back to Tanner. Tanner goes inside to Kress. He turns around, puts up a turnaround jump shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around and dribbles out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals. And it will go back over to Emmett and the Huskies to bring the basketball forward on the missed shot by Soda Springs. 5 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. And the Cardinals on defense as the Huskies bring the basketball forward up the center of the court. Ball pass to the near side. Crump flips it back to Overton near the top of the key. Kress goes over to help out. Double team there is not going to affect him. Gleim puts up a triple from the far side corner. Can't get it to go. Brown pulls down another rebound. Pass up ahead by Josh Balls. Too short. Picked off by the Huskies. And back up the court will come the Huskies trying to get onto the board. Overton with the ball over to the left side. Drives on the wing. Picks up his dribble. Fires one near side. Crump puts up a triple. That's good. You can't give him room like that. DJ Crump with his second 3 of the game. He's got 12 points. 37-36, a 1-point lead for the Cardinals. And up the court will come Tanner Myers. Fires a pass to the right side. Will Kress holds on to the ball. Comes around, catches a screen. Offensive screen and an easy call there. Hiram Brown late getting there to set that one. And it turns the ball back over to Emmett with the lead at 1 point right now. Cardinals make several substitutions. Brown will check out after picking up his second foul. Will Kress also out. Ridge Thompson back into the game, as is Will Sims. To bring it up, it'll be Luke Overton taking the point for the Huskies. Looks to his left, passes it near side to Crump. Inside the lane, fakes a pass there before going back to Overton. Comes back to the near side to Crump, back to Overton. The two of them playing catch on the outside of the circle as they throw it away. Now Josh Balls picks up the basketball, brings it up. Ridge Thompson right side, tries to throw it back to Josh. Almost tipped away. Cardinals keep possession of it, though, on the turnover by the Huskies. And Soda will give it down low, backing up and fouling on the play. Spencer Keene bumping Will Sims in the back, and Soda will get to inbound themselves. Second team foul on the Huskies, third on Keene. And the ball lofted deep. It'll be taken by Will Sims, who just avoids traveling, keeping the heel down. Tanner Myers uses the dribble, gives it to the right side wing, where Ridge Thompson brings it back up to the half-court line. Goes over to his right side. Olsen holds on to the ball for a moment there. Gives back inside to Josh Balls. Underneath Will Sims, up with the layup and gets the roll. Will Sims gets his 4th point of the game to go with his 5 boards. 39-36 to a 3-point lead for Soda. Two teams trading baskets here in the early third quarter, and they'll look to continue to do so. And an and one attempt coming up here as Hayden Clayton lays it up and in for his first basket. Will Sims from behind catching him with the foul as he was late to recover and adjust. It's going to be Will Sims' 3rd foul and sends Hayden Clayton to the stripe for his first free throw attempt of the night. Emmett will sub out as Spencer Keene takes a seat on the bench. Into the game for him, I believe, Cole Elliott. First free throw coming up by Clayton. Right-handed free throw shooter puts it up, no good. Rebound comes right into the hands of Josh Balls, who gets his 3rd of the game, and he'll bring brought up by Ridge Thompson. Up ahead, Olsen with the ball on the right side corner, drives to his left, puts up a quick jump shot, in and out, no good. Rebound goes to Crump. He gets his 3rd of the game, brings it up the right sideline, tries to drive in, steps around, fires a skip pass far sideline, picked up there by Elliott. He goes down low to Clayton, tries to turn around, can't get any motion there against Sims before they move it back outside. Huskies drive in, kick back outside, near side. Crump up for 3, count it. He's got 3 triples in the game and 15 points, and it's a 2-point lead for the Huskies, 39-41. They've come out firing here in this second quarter of play. Cardinals to the left side. Ridge Thompson holds on to the basketball for a moment before feeding it back over to Myers. Tanner tries to drive in. A foul is going to be called, a hold away from the basketball. And I'll tell you, that's going to go on to Emmett and the Huskies as the officials really have been watching that backside. And excuse me, that's going to go on the Cardinals. First, neither team was moving. Will Sims picks up his fourth. The officials really have been watching that backside and watching away from the ball, as there have been several times that foul has been called on both teams. 39-41, ball brought forward. It'll be Elliott, ball moved to Elliott, I should say, given back up top of the key where Overton takes the ball. He flips off to Crump. DJ looks inside, now goes back to Crump, standing to the left of the top of the key. Gives back into the corner. Clayton holds it there on the wing, fakes a handoff, still holding the ball, nobody coming to get it. Crump rises, another triple, and he can't hit this one. Misses badly on that attempt. Thompson comes up with the ball, brings it forward, throws one up ahead. Loose ball on the ground is going to be picked up by Overton on a turnover by the Cardinals. Their 12th of the game, and the Emmett Huskies come back up the court. Overton rises, quick deuce, can't get it to go from the free throw line. Rebound on the ground, then pulling it in out of bounds is Kyle Olson. And Olson would have done better if he had just tried to pat that ball to Tanner Myers, who was standing open on the right side of Olson, who was lying flat on his belly on the out-of-bounds line. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Overton takes the basketball, goes to his left side. Clayton will hold on to it there. Underneath pass, out of bounds from everybody. And they're going to say it was tipped by the Cardinals and will remain Emmett basketball. 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go, third quarter. Much lower scoring than either of the first two quarters for these two teams, as both teams have struggled a little bit on the offensive end, although Emmett has seen a lot of three-pointers rain down from DJ Crump with 3 in the game. They'll get another basket there. Overton driving right side of the lane, lays it up and in. Steal on the inbounds pass by Crump, lays that in. He's got 8 in the quarter. The Cardinals with 4 turnovers, now another one as Soda Springs down by 6, starting to fall apart here in quarter number 3. Minute 53 to go. Ball into the hands of Overton as he looks over to his left. Gets away with a little bit of a push, comes back to the near side, picks up his dribble, and a foul's going to be called. No, timeout's going to be taken by the Huskies. We'll take one with them right here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament. Timeout taken by the Huskies. Soda Springs down 45-39. They've slowly seen their offensive production drop since the first quarter of play, and that has been a problem that the Cardinals have had throughout this tournament, as they started out strong in the first quarter of games, and then they end up seeing their offensive production go down, maybe taking their foot off the gas, maybe not necessarily being as focused and aggressive, but whatever the case may be, they have definitely had their struggles in that portion of this game. It'll be the Cardinals coming out, though. Down by 6, 45-39 with a minute and 45 seconds left to go here. Still looking for a play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs, as the Huskies will come out looking to inbound the basketball from the far sideline. To start the action, it's going to be Wilkerson, who passes it deep to Overton to take over the point guard duties. Blue jerseys, silver and white, laced down the sides with Emmett written across the front for the Huskies. As Crump points in one direction, now passes it back near side. Elliott goes back to Wilkerson on the wing. Wilkerson goes up top to Overton, takes it near the top of the key, looks to his right, now tries to drive right, pulls it back top of the key once again as Olson, hands out extended, gives him the chance to force the ball away. Crump takes the ball, jukes one way, puts the pass underneath. Clayton lays it up and in. Nice play. Hayden Clayton finding an opening, and great job by Crump finding the open look. 47-39, the Huskies up by 8 points. And it's a 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Rich Thompson walks to his left, gives off to Tanner Myers. He fakes a pass, now dribbles to his right, looks in, now backs it up near the top of the key. Pass down low, it's going to be Hiram Brown taking it, puts it up, and can't get the roll. The rim continuing to be unkind to Soda Springs, and they give off to Emmett once again. It'll be Crump to bring it forward. Crump goes to his left, picks up his dribble, left side corner. It's going to be a 3-ball put up, in and out, no good. Elliott just couldn't get that one to drop. Josh Balls comes up with the basketball near side. Olson stops, pops one up there from 15, can't get it to go. Crump gets another rebound into his hands, that's his fourth, and he'll bring it forward. The sophomore behind the back goes to the right side through the legs, passes into the corner. Elliott takes it there, drives baseline, puts up a quick floater, no good. Rebound into the hands of Hiram Brown, who will go off to his left side where Ridge Thompson takes the ball. Right to left, Cardinals move. Near side, Josh Balls with the ball in the corner, goes to Tanner Myers. 10 seconds to go here, third quarter of play. Cardinals looking for a basket to close the gap. It'll be Panthers ball coming out of the fourth quarter, so you want to try and cut this down to a 6-point game as Thompson fadeaway goes off the top of the rim, no good, and it'll be back to the Huskies on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear with the score at 47-39 with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back to Parma, Idaho. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Quick reminder, this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. It will be the Cardinals with the basketball. My mistake on that coming out into the fourth quarter of play. Will Kress gives off to Ridge Thompson, who gives back to Will Kress in the corner, almost loses it out of bounds. Thompson gets it back from Kress, though, and the Cardinals avoid giving the turnover to start out the quarter, but then they will throw it away. Henry Workman dives for the basketball, feeds it up ahead to Kress, almost turning it over, just avoiding it, and the Cardinals take advantage. They have themselves back within 6, 41-47. Early 30 seconds gone by in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be Emmett with the basketball to the left side. Overton hands this ball off to Gleim. Max Gleim comes up top of the key, hands off to his brother Jordan, who takes it right where Max was standing. Pass underneath, taken underneath the basket. Pump fake down there by Wilkerson. Gives back up top. Jonathan Gleim comes near side to his brother. Over to the left side wing. It'll be taken and driven into the lane by Overton, who throws it down with two hands. Great drive to the hoop by Luke Overton, who gets his 8th point of the game in style. Cardinals up, down by 8 right now, 49-41. To the left side, Will Kress goes back up top to Thompson, who will back it up near the half-court stripe. Thompson to his right, gives this one off to Olsen. Olsen comes back to Workman. He fakes a pass, now goes underneath. Josh Balls has to come out to get the basketball and gives off to Kress on the left wing. Kress drives around to his right side, floats up a quick teardrop, gets the friendly roll. Will Kress out to a strong start. He's got 6 points. Cardinals back off the full court pressure, and it'll be Emmett to bring the basketball forward. Over to the left side. Overton gives the ball off. It's going to be Max Gleim driving in. An offensive foul is going to be called, and walking straight through as he knew it was Mitchell Maxfield. And it is going to be a turnover back to the Cardinals, the 8th turnover of the game for Emmett and the Huskies. 49-43. 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Cardinals trying to fight back to get third place in the Parma Holiday Invitational here on the championship day. Lady Cardinals getting set to get out into the game after this one finishes. Soda Springs boys, though, trying to start off on a good pace. Will Kress with the ball, tries to drive in, spins around, right side, floats up a teardrop short off the side of the rim. Rebound's going to go to Henry Workman as he took it out of the hands of a pair of players. Kress now takes it in the right side corner for Workman. That's his second rebound. A slow game for him as the sophomore has really died down a little bit here in the second 2 games of this invitational. Right side, Ridge Thompson goes to his right, picks up his dribble on the wing, gives off to Workman, fakes a couple of arm waves before giving off to Will Sims on the left side. Picks up his dribble, goes up top. Thompson takes the dribble, puts up a 3-ball, rolls in and sits off the rim. Josh Balls gets the board. His putback good. Count the basket. And Josh is going to head to the line trying to get 10 points in the game if he can knock home a free throw to give him. Right now he's sitting at 9 points and 5 rebounds. The Emmett fans not happy with the call. Foul goes on to Luke Overton. And Josh will step to the free throw line once again. Still no jump balls in today's game. Remind you that jump ball is brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair for all your automotive, snowmobile, and ATV repair needs. Josh Balls to the line, right-handed free throw shooter, senior, 6-footer, puts up the free throw and gets that one to go. And the Cardinals deficit trims down to 3, 49-46, 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. Over to Crump, he takes it on the right side wing, goes and drives baseline, picks up his dribble, gets some space. Will Sims recovers as Tanner Myers hits the deck, slow to get up, comes back out onto Crump, who puts up a 3 and banks it in. Answers right back to the three-point play of Josh Balls. He's got 11 points in the half, 20 points overall for Crump, 42-46. Up the court will come Ridge Thompson once again to his right, comes around. Screen is going to be set there by Henry Workman. Right side, Tanner Myers takes the ball on the wing. Fires it back to Workman. He rises from 16, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around, and Will Sims is going to be called for the over-the-back foul. That'll be his 5th, and he will have to take a seat in this one. And we'll see who the Cardinals are going to sub in for him. Good foul call by the officials on that one. Sims did reach over the back to try and get that one. And if you're Sims, you got to be a little bit smarter on that possession. The junior will take a seat on the bench, and again, still trying to figure out who the Cardinals are going to sub in. It'll be Hiram Brown to check in. And Sims finishes the game with 4 points and 5 rebounds. After a great first quarter, had a disappointing final 3. 4:50 to go, 52-46 Cardinals on defense as Emmett will bring the basketball forward and DJ Crump will take the point. Slowing and walking the pace up the court. 4:42 as he crosses the timeline. Right side, ball's taken there by Wilkinson. Goes to the left side. Taken and given to Keene. Keene goes to his left. Hands this ball off. It'll be taken by Jordan Gleim. Drives in, fires one up. Hesitated, wasn't sure if he was going to get even a good look at the hoop. Drops in the bucket somehow. He's got 9 points now. 54-46. Hiram Brown, ball batted out of his hands. Tanner Myers right there to get it back, though. Holds it top of the key. Crump comes out, fronts him. Gives off to Ridge Thompson. Thompson inside the lane. Doesn't move his pivot foot. Avoids turning it over. It goes underneath. Hiram Brown fouled on his way up, and Hiram's going to step to the free throw line. And he's got a pair of free throws coming up here. The foul is going to go on Hayden Clayton. It'll be his first, 5th team foul. And we'll bring up 2 free throws for Hiram, who's 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight. Hiram, first one, no good. Off to the left side, makes him 1 for 3. Cardinals 1 for 2 in the second half. Neither team's really taken a ton of free throws in this second half as the officials have calmed down on the foul calling once again here late in the fourth quarter with 4:09 left to go. Still that 8-point game, 54-46. Soda down by 8 to Emmett. It'll remain that way as the rebound tipped down to Crump after the missed free throw by the Cardinals and Hiram Brown. Up the court, Crump comes to his right side. He'll give this one off. It's going to be taken by Jordan Gleam. He has the ball almost stripped away, picks it back up on the right side wing, tries to drive in, kicks it over to the left side where Keene takes the ball, dribbles off his own foot, and the Cardinals get the basketball. Second turnover by Emmett in the quarter. 9 for Emmett in the game, 13 for Soda Springs, and the Cardinals will make a substitution as Dylan Downs will check back into the contest for Soda Springs. Out of the game, Hiram Brown will take a seat. Cardinals will take a timeout on their own as well. We'll take one with them as it's a full break here on KBR V800 The Bear. And online where you can watch live video streaming at KBRMyLocalRadio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Sanders Furniture, a proud sponsor of Soda Springs Athletics, as well as all Caribou County Athletics. And again, 148 South Main Street. If you have appliances, needs, or repairs, be sure to go swing by Sanders Furniture and Appliance Store. They've been in southeastern Idaho for over 80 years. And thank you to them for being a sponsor as well. If you want to be a sponsor, we still have plenty of spots open So just give us a call at our stations, 208-547-2400. Plenty of different rates. So even if you don't necessarily have a ton of advertising money that you can spend, we can definitely help you out. So if you want to be an advertiser on these broadcasts, which a lot of the county listens in, so it would be beneficial to you in this broadcaster's opinion, go ahead and give us a call. Again, 208-547-2400. Even right now, Kim Miller back at the station will be glad to take your calls and help you out. 54-46, under 4 to play. Cardinals with the ball, and it'll be Ridge Thompson to bring it forward right to left on your radio dial. He backs up to the half-court line. Now walks it over to his right. Dylan down, sets a screen, gets the ball back, top of the key, puts up a quick three, short off the side of the backboard. Crump pulls down the rebound, and with his 6th board of the game, brings it forward. 6 boards, 20 points. And it'll be Emmett to slow the pace down now. 3.5 to go to the left side. Glime, gives back to Crump over on the right side wing. He looks inside. Now a foul's going to be called on Josh Balls for a shove. And Josh picks up his 30th. Or 3rd foul, I should say. 30th foul would be a little bit excessive. 3rd foul for the senior, though, and it is going to have Emmett inbounding the ball on the near sideline. Inbounds play coming up. Lob pass inside, and it is a foul called as Workman skies for the ball. And it goes on Emmett as Mitch Maxfield picks up his 5th foul. And a turnover back to the Cardinals now. So Mitch Maxfield will be out of the game. Into the game for him is going to check Spencer Keene. See if the Cardinals can take advantage and get the ball down low now, as the 6'4" junior has been giving them problems inside of the paint. 3:17 to go here. Cardinals down by 8, 54-46, needing to fight their way back in this game. Ridge Thompson will take the point and bring the ball forward up the right side. Guarded outside by Jordan Glime. Gives off to Henry Workman. He stands at the right side elbow. Gives back to Josh Balls, top of the key. Josh flips this one off to Thompson. Goes back to his right, picks up his dribble. Balls gives it back top of the key before giving it back to Myers. He comes, dribbles back behind Josh. Goes to the right side. Taking it there again, Workman. Holds onto it, pump fakes, gets his man to move. Keene lets Workman drive to the hoop. That's what you need to see more from Henry, who's got the athleticism and quickness to move against some of the bigger post players. 48-54, and now it's going to be a loose ball in the backcourt, picked up. And a timeout taken by Emmett and the Huskies to save possession for the Huskies. We'll keep this one right here. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go, as that is a 30-second timeout here at the home of the Parma Invitational. 2:41 to go. Huskies almost turning it over, and right now you got to think that the head coach of the Huskies, as I lose my notes here for a moment, and Greg Daniels has to be telling his team, you know what, we got to play smart here. We can't throw the ball away. We can't turn the ball over at this point in time. We have a lead. We have a 6-point advantage. Play smart, play aggressive, play quick, but play smart. On the other side, if you're the Soda Springs Cardinals, you got to think that this one is going to end up being one that you have to really gut out and fight out. You have to take every scoring opportunity you have, and you have to make shots too. That's been their problem in this second half, is just not a lot of shots have dropped down through the cylinder. 48-54, Cardinals on defense, full court pressure applied. Emmett will get the ball inbounded, though, and the Cardinals back off the pressure. Jordan Glime near side gets it to Overton. Overton goes top of the key to Keene, who gets it off to Crump. Crump goes to his left, tries to drive baseline, dumps it underneath, wide open lay-in. Great court vision, and Sage Wilkerson gets his 7th point of the game. 56-48, Cardinals defense lacking there, into the lane. Tanner Myers has a shot blocked away, rebound underneath the basket by Keene. Myers then turns around, banks one in, as the Cardinals got a steal underneath the basket, and Myers gets himself up to 13 points in the contest. First score of the game in the second half for Tanner Myers. 56-50, 2 minutes to go. Crump goes over to Keene, top of the key. Guarded by Olsen, Olsen comes out to flash as the ball is given off now to Overton. Overton spins around. Tanner Myers slow to get up again before giving off now once more, and will be taken by Glime. Glime cuts to his right, cuts to the hoop, lays one up. Good play coming there from the junior. Jordan Glime with his 11th point of the game. 58-50, the two sides trading buckets. They will almost continue to do so as Workman can't get his first shot to go. Olsen can't get his putback to go. And a foul is going to be called as Luke Overton, after getting the rebound, sees the Cardinals bringing the basketball off the court. Henry Workman is going to be called for a push, and it'll be 1-and-1 free throws as the sophomore picks up his 4th foul. 1:28 to go. And that'll only be the 6th team foul for Emmett and the Huskies. Will be inbounding the basketball. Pass lofted in. Tanner Myers picks it up, stealing it on the turnover. 4th turnover of the game for Emmett. Near side, Josh Balls for 3 short. Rebound tipped back into the hands now of Olsen. Another rebound fought for it. A foul is going to be called on Kyle Olsen. And Workman rips the ball out of the hands of Sage Wilkerson. Emmett fans calling for a technical. Not necessarily enough there, as the hold will go on to Kyle Olsen. It'll be his 3rd foul. 7th team foul on Soda Springs. And as I said, it sends Wilkerson to the free throw line, where he is 3 for 4 so far today. First free throws of the 4th quarter coming up for Emmett as well. And Wilkerson, the 6'4 senior, will put up the free throw. In and out, no good, so the 1-and-1 is going to be missed. Rebound pulled down by Workman, almost turned over. Gets it back to Ridge Thompson, who saves it from being a turnover. Josh Ball's under the hoop, lays it up short, can't get it to go. Foul's going to be called, though, on Wilkerson off the ball. We'll see if this comes on the rebound attempt or on the shot. They're going to say 2 free throws coming up for Josh Balls on the play, who is 2 for 2 at the line with 10 points in the game. So the senior will step forward. They said it was on the body. And Josh's first free throw up and good. Give him 11 points now, creeping up on a season high for the senior. 58-51 with 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go. So Josh gets it back one more time, puts the free throw up, counts that one, and with the ball going down, Greg Bergholm asks for a timeout. We'll take one with him. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Back here at Parma, Soda Springs down by 6, 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, needing a little bit of a comeback trail. And they have to find somebody who's willing to guide them down that comeback trail, and that has been difficult for Soda Springs to do so far this season. Their lone come-from-behind victory on the year came at South Fremont when they were able to come back from from several down late in the 4th quarter of that one to take down South Fremont and the Cougars. Here they're taking on the Huskies, and this is a different type of breed, as the Huskies a little bit more athletic, a little bit longer, and a little bit quicker than those South Fremont Cougars were. 58-52 here, though. Cardinals will be defending the inbound with full court pressure being applied. Henry Workman will guard the inbounds pass, as the pass is going to be moved over to the left side. Crump takes the basketball, almost trapped. Overton brings this one forward, up the left side, almost has it swatted away by Myers. Back to the near side on the right wing. He'll be taken backed up top. Overton has Myers come out and foul him. Smart foul by Tanner Myers, who's only got 1 foul in the game, and it sends Luke Overton to the line, who is 0 for 1. And it'll be 1-and-1 free throws here. Cardinals need a little bit of luck to bounce their way if they want to come back and win this game. And this is where it's got to start. 1-and-1 free throws. They've got one more of those coming up, as these first free throw attempt coming up from Overton on the way up. And good. Cans that one down. First free throw make by Emmett in this second half. And one more coming up. 54.4 seconds left to go. Cardinals need a miss here. 7-point game, 59-52. And the second one up, and this one does roll off. Workman skies up, gets the rebound. That's his 4th of the game, and will be pushed up by Josh Balls on the right side. Hands off to Tanner Myers. He goes back into the lane. Workman going up and banks one softly in. Henry with a 6th point of the game, and another timeout taken by Soda Springs, and the Cardinals will take a timeout as well. That's a full timeout on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Fourth quarter of play. 59-54, Soda Springs down by 5 here. And after losing by 5 last night to the host Panthers, the Cardinals hoping to avoid that same fate here. Lady Cardinals waiting in the wings to get out there onto the court, already behind schedule here at the home of the Parma Panthers with them at 1:02. The girls' game was supposed to start at 1 o'clock, so we're a little bit delayed right now, but I'm sure for Baker fans who are having their boys playing in the other gym, they're happy for that because that gives them time to come over and watch their girls play here. It'll be an inbounds play coming up for Emmett as they bounce this one into Crump. Pass up ahead. Overton breaks the full court press and slows the pace down on the near sideline. Pass to the right side corner. Underneath now. Overton. That's going to be a missed shot by Sage Wilkerson. Tanner Myers comes up with the rebound. Drives to his right side. Stops and puts up a triple and cans it home. Tanner Myers with a huge triple. And it's a 2-point game. 59-57. And on the far side, Dylan Downs commits the intentional foul on... that is Cole Elliott, who has yet to take a free throw in the game and has 1-and-1 free throws coming here. Final 1-and-1 attempts of the game for Emmett and the Huskies. 2-point ball game with 19 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Or 19 seconds and 9/10 of a second to go. And the free throw, no good! Rebounded by Tanner Myers. The senior comes up with a big one up ahead and a fast pass that would have given the Cardinals an easy lane to the bucket if it had been completed to Ridge Thompson. Is just swatted out of bounds, and the Huskies keep themselves alive. It'll be Tanner Myers to inbound the basketball. Thompson into the backcourt will pick it up, and with 14 seconds to go, Cardinals one shot. Over to the right side, Thompson on the wing, bounces one down to Myers, who can't hold on to the basketball. Turn back over to the Huskies, and a foul committed by Josh Balls. The turnover could not have come at a worse time for Soda Springs. Josh picks up his 4th foul, and it's 2 free throws coming up now for one of the better shooters on the team, and Jordan Gleim, who has shown he has a presence on the court. A pair coming up here for the junior, but pressure on free throws can always change the way that you look at things. We'll see how they do here. First free throw up and good. Makes it a 3-point game. Changes how the Cardinals have to approach it with 7 seconds to go. And one more free throw coming up for Gleim. Takes 3 dribbles. Holds the ball against his right thigh, takes a deep breath, and the free throw up and no good. Rebound fought for. Workman pulls it down. Cardinals, no timeouts, pushing the pace up. Tanner Myers rises for 3, blocked, sits on the rim and almost goes down. Workman tips it in at the buzzer. Bergholm furious that there was no foul called as Tanner Myers got bumped on his attempt. The second basket will count, or should count, at the buzzer. And the Soda fans absolutely furious that the last second attempt from Tanner Myers, no good. Final score of this one, I don't think they're going to count the final bucket by Workman, so it ends up going down as a final score of 60-57. Soda Springs just having victory snatched out of their clutches. In a final second, the ball sat on the rim on that final 3-point basket as well, as they came inches away from a victory. We'll take a quick break, come back with our final stat recap here, and then get you set for the girls' game coming up after that on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho
whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to a final post-game recap for the boys' game. We'll make this one quick as we have a full pregame show for the girls' game coming up on the other side of our break. Cardinals lose this one in a heartbreaking fashion. Play of the game on this one. Yeah, I hate giving it to the opposite team, but it has to go on that two-handed flush down as the Emmett Huskies had a two-handed dunk come from Luke Overton. That play of the game brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. That was really a momentum gainer for the Huskies, which propelled them to getting that lead and really helped them come away with the victory here tonight. So that's your play of the game. Shot of the game, though, you got to give it to Ridge Thompson on that end of the first quarter buzzer beater three-point basket that sat on the rim and finally dropped down. That gave Ridge Thompson 6 points the game. He would finish with that many points as well, and the Soda Springs Cardinals would fall in this contest again by a final score of 60-57 to Emmett and the Huskies. Cardinals finished with 4th place in the tournament. We have another game coming up on the other side of this one. At the end of this girls' game, we will take a full look at what all took place here in this game. But as for right now, we are going to get you set now for the girls' game. Coming up on the other side is the Soda Springs ladies getting set to take on the Baker Bulldogs in the championship game. Soda Springs looking for back-to-back Parma Invitational Tournament championships. We'll have a quick break and an interview with Matt Sand, the head coach of the Baker Bulldogs, on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208 339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Caleb Burgraff joined here on the pregame show with Matt Sand, who is the head coach of the Baker Lady Bulldogs. And coach, your guys and your girls, I should say, a really good, strong tournament so far. 2 wins and 2 quality wins, it looks like, as well. What are your thoughts on the way your girls have been playing?
We're young, you know. We have good leadership, though. We have 4 seniors on the team, and so, you know, it's exciting, you know, being a first-year coach and applying new things. So we're still learning as a team. You know, that's what preseason is all about. And we're just trying to solidify so when league hits, some things that we've been working on. And as we do that, these tournaments like this are great for us to come in and get experience. It's great to be playing in the championship game, you know, against Soda Springs, because I think they're going to give us a good competition. We played them last year, and you guys beat us. But I think we're a good matchup. I think hopefully we can come out and play hard and give you guys a good matchup.
When you look at a game like this and you look at the youth of the 2 teams, as both teams lost a lot of kids, and one difference, though, is your girls have really been playing together quite a bit of time. A lot of these girls started on the varsity as freshmen and have really been playing forward. How does that help you as a coach when you have kids that have been experiencing the varsity level for 2 or 3 years?
Oh, it's always a positive thing. I mean, they've seen things, they've been in situations, and that's always in the game of basketball a very good thing. So we do play with some maturity, but when we do have to make subs and stuff, you know, we do have some challenges as learning how to play together as a team. But when our starting 5 are in there, I believe that we can play with anybody. I mean, we proved that the opening weekend. We went to Ridgeview, which is a 1,300 school student body, and we beat them in overtime by 5. And then we went to Redmond, which is 800 kids school, and we beat them by 15. So I know this team can play. I know they have the talent to do it because of that experience. And when you have that much varsity experience, it's always going to make you a good squad and be able to make good decisions. It's just we got to do it consistently and learn how to play with the rotation we now have with the kids that are playing with our varsity experience. So.
One more question for you, Coach, and I'll let you get back to Washington, getting ready for tonight's game. You guys had a really tough contest last night against Nissa, and tough in the way it was a long game. It really drug out and was a grueling contest for you guys, a lot of fouls. How do you get your girls back into recovery mode after that game when you are out on the court for such a long time and mentally have to stay aware for that long of a time?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of free throws that were shot last night, and I've been telling them all along that you win ball games by making free throws and getting rebounds. And so when you have a long game like that, it's just part of basketball, and they've got to learn to play with that, and they've got to learn to adjust. They've got to learn to overcome physical ailments, just like any team does. And so I think this squad has learned to do that, and I think they're going to handle it just fine.
Coach Sand, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Good luck to you guys tonight against Soda.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him.
You can't even see the top of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Caleb Berggraf here with Kirsten Rasmussen on the pregame show. And Kirsten, 2 for 2 in the holiday tournament so far. Successful games, heart attack games, I guess the best way to say it is you guys have really played it down to the wire so far in both of the games that you've had. What have been your thoughts on the way the girls have played so far and the way your teammates have played?
I think we played really well. I think we're we're learning how to mesh together, and we're learning really well how to pass it around and get off the best shot that we can get.
You guys have played 2 teams that are bigger than you. You started off by taking on Emmett, a 3A school. Then you take on Caldwell today, which is a 4A school. And the only team that Caldwell's lost to has been Emmett. What does that do to help you guys out in preparing you for bigger games later on when you'd have to take on tough teams like this?
I think it really puts some confidence in us because it shows that we can beat bigger teams than us. And so when we play teams that are bigger than us, say at state or even in our league, then we'll be prepared for that.
You guys, as a team so far, not a lot of height out there. You do have Jessie, but she's young. She's still kind of developing into that post position. You've taken the lead down in the low post as a junior. What are some of the things that you've seen really as far as growing your game, even here in this tournament, some of the things that you've been developing?
I think a lot of things that we've been developing is how to execute our plays, and personally, like how to finish, because that's been our problem. And I don't know, we just getting our teammates open has been a big plus.
In this game again, in the last game that you guys had against Caldwell, you were able to build up a lead, but you seemed a little bit more comfortable in the fourth quarter when Caldwell was starting to make that comeback. You guys all seemed a little bit more comfortable on the court when they started to make that comeback. Would you have agreed with that?
Yeah, I think I think a lot of us knew more that we needed to keep calm because our last game we kind of panicked when they started to make leads, so I think we figured that if we stay calm, then we could keep them maintained.
One of the other things I've noticed about this tournament is the officials have been letting the play go a little bit longer out there. It's been a little bit more physical than other games that you guys have had so far this year. Would you agree with that? And does that help you guys as well getting prepared for district?
Yeah, I think it does. I personally like it when the refs let me be a little more physical, but I don't know. I like them letting us play a little more than.
One more final question for you, and that's now that you guys were the defending state champions coming into this one, the defending state champions as well on top of that. Now that you're in the championship game here, is there a little bit of pressure that's been taken off, or do you guys still feel some pressure to try and push yourselves and get that win?
I think either way that there's pressure because we can't just expect to win. We have to work for it, and so I think we all just need to play our best that we can.
Kirsten, thank you so much again for the time, and good luck to you guys tomorrow when you guys get set to take on the championship game.
Thank you.
Welcome into the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament once again as the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals getting set to take on the Parma Panthers. And with it being the championship game, national anthems will be taking place. We'll take one more break and come back with the start of tonight's broadcast on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming here online at your home for everything Soda Springs and the Cardinals at mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Baker Bulldog, the Parma Holiday Tournament. We apologize. We've been having some technical difficulties with our video stream. Things are fixed now as we will get this one back onto the air. And over to the left side, it'll be a shot put up and missed on the far side. Casey Smith to bring the basketball forward as they'll be brought up the court by Casey Smith on the right side. Again, we apologize for the problems that we've been having with the video stream, and the Cardinals will answer right back. Tawny Barfus lays that one up and in, and the Cardinals will get the lead 8-7. 7:22 to go here, second quarter of play. Ball's going to be passed up. Kat McCullough to bring it up the right sideline. Goes into the court, plays this one up. It's going to be blocking foul, and Kat's going to step to the free throw line for a pair of free throws after a foul was called. And this one is going to be whistled on number 22, Maddie Hampton, who we got the number for her now. And again, I do apologize to everybody who was listening into the game. And it will be an inbounds pass, or the first free throw missed by Kat McCullough at the line. It's 8-7 here on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. And joining us here in the second quarter of play as Kat will knock home the second free throw. A 2-point lead now for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals as they have a 9-7 lead on Baker City and the Bulldogs here in the championship game. As the free throw up, or a shot missed here on the near side, Kylie Severson is going to earn a trip to the free throw line. And the foul is going to be whistled onto Tawny Barfus. It'll be her first foul, fourth team foul on Soda Springs and the Cardinals. And Severson will eye the first free throw. This one up, and that one drops its way down and good. Kylie Severson gets her third point of the game. And she will have another one coming here to try and tie this game up. Toast championship game so far here for first place in the Holiday Invitational Tournament. Second free throw up and good as well by Severson. And we'll have one more attempt, or no more attempts, and the Cardinals will get to bring the basketball forward. Barfus gives the ball off to Casey Smith to bring this one up the center of the basketball court, cross the timeline with 7 minutes left to go. Smith backs it up near the half-court stripe, comes over to her left, drives into lane, splits the Red Sea, and is going to have a shot missed and tipped out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Cardinals will keep possession of it, and it'll be Taylor Myers set to do the inbounding play. As she stands on the R and Panthers on the baseline, sub will come in, and Kirsten Rasmussen will check back into the game for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. Ball passed in. Rasmussen banks this one up and in. Beautiful inbounds play by the Cardinals. Gets them back up by 2, 11-9 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. And it'll be forward by Bree Sand to bring it up. Ball's going to be dribbled off the leg of Sando, and she's going to lose it. Kat McCullough with the steal. Denied by Sand, who goes back up the court to recover on the defensive end. Rebound pulled down by Myers. Her shot missed. and then she tracks down a second offensive rebound. Shot put up from the far side. McCullough can't get it to go. Rasmussen with another offensive board, though, and Soda Springs builds their lead up to 4 on Baker City's 8th turnover of the game after a very hectic turn of events. Ball on the far side. Cardinals again going for a steal. Almost are going to get this one. Breesand takes it on the right side wing. The senior for the Bulldogs goes up to the top of the key, bounces a pass to the left side, taking it there on the wing, and then skipping it around is going to be the Cardinals as it's turned back over. McCullough trying to run it down in the backcourt. Ball still loose on the ground, and a jump ball is finally going to be called by the officials. 5 different players hit the deck on that one, and it will be back over to the Cardinals to inbound on the jump ball possession arrow. So another turnover to the Bulldogs, their 9th of the game by my tally. And with 5:55 to go here, second quarter of play on the far side wing, it will be Taylor Myers to inbound. She gets it to Alexa White, who stands on the half-court line before bringing it forward. Goes off to Callie Groning, left side wing. Looks to get into the lane. No, sees open up, and she drives through a pair of players. Can't get the shot to go. It's going to be blocked away by Breesand, and then a foul called on Callie Groning underneath the hoop. Rebound went to Courtney Lehman, and Callie picks up her first foul, of the contest. 5 team fouls on the Cardinals now with 5 minutes and 42 to go. Ball inbounded once again to Breesand. She comes up the left sideline, crosses back over, flips this one into the corner where it'll be taken across the timeline. Up ahead, thrown into the hands of Taylor Myers. She's going to be bumped hands off to Rasmussen. Cardinals get another steal, as this has been kind of the way things have gone for them in the early part of quarters in this tournament. A lot of steals early on, and then they start to slow things down. Groning will back this one up near the half-court stripe, trying to build on the 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Callie goes off to her right, Sand trying to stay in front of her, forces her back to the center. Now Groning passes it Rasmussen, top of the key for 3, off the back iron. Rebound, dribbles out, and Kat McCullough pulls down yet another one, her 3rd of the game. Near side, Groning, another triple, no good. Severson has the rebound, bounced into her hands for her first, and Baker will push it back up the court. Over to the far side, laying it up and in, and getting it to go on the play is going to be Callie Flanagan. And Callie gets herself her first 2 points of the game. It'll be taken now by Rasmussen, top of the key. 2-point lead for the Cardinals. Groning takes it now as she's going to be guarded outside by Sand, and a shoe is going to be untied, so they're going to allow Callie to retie her shoe and get things back working. As the shoe should be tied. And it will be over to Alexa White to bring this one in. Over to the right side. She'll cross it back over to the near side wing before trying to drive inside. Now comes around. A screen's going to be set. Offensive foul called on Kat McCullough. Trying to set the screen. Couldn't get her feet set in time. And it'll be back over once again to Baker and the Bulldogs to bring it forward, as that is the 5th turnover for... it's going to be... It should be now. As it goes back over to the right side, Groning gets it back in, and it's going to be a layup attempt at the lane. Can't get it to go, and the rebound's going to be back up into the side, and it will be confusion on the inside. As we continue to it'll be another chance now for the Cardinals to inbound. As the first free throw up and missed by Groning. I'm not angry at you. First free throw missed by Groning. It keeps it at a 13-11 game. And it will be one more coming up for the senior at the stripe. And it'll be back to Baker to bring this one forward, trying to drive in. And it'll be passed over to the near side. At the line, it'll be Breesand to take some free throws here. And the first free throw is going to be missed at the stripe. Come on, pick up, Kim. 4:08 to go here, second quarter. And Bree Sand, pick your dang phone up, Kim. Will hit the second free throw at the stripe. And the Cardinals on the far side. I need you to pick up your cell phone. Is it working? Is it working yet? It is working again? Okay. Okay. No, you're good. All right, bye. Back here again, 13-13 second quarter of play. We apologize again for technical difficulties that we've been having. It should be working up once again on the video stream and on the air at KBRV 800. The Bayer Cardinals are going to force another turnover as Callie Grani drives the court, lays it up, gets the contact. No foul call, but she gets the bucket to go. And it's going to be a 15-13 lead for Soda Springs in the second quarter of play. Tight game between the Cardinals and the Bulldogs. Cardinals are going to force another turnover to Baker and the Bulldogs. Shot put up by Kat McCullough, and it is going to be a foul as Kat is going to step to the free throw line for a pair coming up. Foul is going to be whistled on Jamie Ramos. And the free throw is going to be no good by Kat McCullough. Free throws have not been a good thing for the Cardinals so far in this game as they are 3 for 7 at the free throw line. With one more attempt coming up for Kat at the stripe. Kat crouches, eyes, fires, and this one is going to be off to the left side. Rebound tracked down on that side by Flanagan. And a foul is going to be called over on that side of the court as well. And it will send the Bulldogs back to their side for 1-and-1 free throws. As to the stripe, Summer Phillips will step to the line. That is going to be the fourth foul on Kat McCullough already, as she has had her troubles in this game with keeping out of contact. Phillips to the line for 1-and-1. Baker shooting very well from the line, 7 for 8 at the stripe. Can't hit the front end here, though. Tawny Barfus has the rebound, bounce into her hands, and it'll be back off to Casey Smith to bring this one forward. Left side, pass comes near side to Taylor Myers, goes over to the right side. Groning puts up a quick jumper. That's no good off the back iron. Rebound bouncing into the hands of Bree Sand, who brings it forward up the left side. Tries to cut to the hoop. Rebound up, no good. Popped around and fought for down low in the paint. And a jump ball is going to be called, and it'll be possession arrow in favor of Baker and the Bulldogs with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. And it'll be Baker to inbound from underneath their own basket. Passed in, far side. Cecily Bruce gives it to the near side, driving in and putting up a quick reverse or jump shot from the sideline as Jamie Ramos can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Taylor Myers, and back up court will come Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Callie Groning with the ball, walks up the right sideline, and now comes back over to her left. Near side, Casey Smith launches a triple. That is going to be no good. Rebounded, though, by Rasmussen, who's fouled on the attempted shot, and she is going to step to the stripe for a pair of free throws on this one. So she's got 2 free throws coming up. Foul is going to be whistled on Summer Phillips. It's her second. Team 6th on the Baker Bulldogs. And it'll be the first free throw, no good, kicking off the side of the rim. And one more coming up now for Kirsten Rasmussen. Only a 15-13 game so far here. Second free throw drops down. That makes it a 16-13 lead for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, as these two teams both struggling from the field with 2:09 left to go. Ball pass near side. Bruce fires a launch up near side. It's going to be taken underneath. Flanagan up with a shot. Can't get the friendly roll, but Flanagan's going to head to the stripe for a pair of free throws here as she got bumped in contact down low underneath the hoop. We'll see who they whistle this one on. It goes on Kirsten Rasmussen for her first. To the line is Flanagan. Kaylee's first free throw coming up. And that one is up and short off the front of the rim. No good. So the Cardinals will keep, at worst, a 2-point advantage, even if she can make this free throw. New sub into the game is Rebecca Hughes, number 34, back into the contest for the first time tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say. 1:53 here local time, about the halftime break. Second free throw up. That one is no good. Rolls off to the near side. Callie Groning comes down with her first board of the game, and it'll be back off to Casey Smith to bring it up the court. She crossed the timeline. 1:56 to go. Groning holds it on the left side of the top of the key. Looks to go to her left. Drives to drive baseline. Kicks it outside to Smith. Hesitates. Drives in. Goes back to Groning on the left side wing. She tries to find somebody inside. Barf is trying to front and get some room. Smith gets the ball back in the corner. Screen from Groning. Shot up and counted. Casey Smith with her first triple of the game. And the Cardinals build the lead up to 6, 19-13 now with 1:33 to go. Baker still clinging around and sitting there trying to keep the Cardinals from getting their second straight championship here at the Holiday Tournament. Near side, again with the basketball, and then throwing it into a turnover before a jump ball is going to be called. Callie Groning tying things up with Rebecca Hughes. And it will be back over to the Cardinals now in another turnover that's going to be called on Baker and the Bulldogs. That's their 5th of the game by my count. Minute and 18 seconds left to go here as the clock starts up, and the ball bounced over to Casey Smith. She gives to Groning. Groning looks inside to Rasmussen, who flashes open to the post for a moment, gives it back up to Tawny. Tawny goes right side to Myers. Myers inside off the fingertips of Rasmussen. And it'll be a turnover on the Cardinals. No, it is going to be a turnover on the Cardinals. They're 6th of the game by my count. Minute and 5 seconds to go. Baker will inbound the basketball, trailing by 6 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. And it'll be brought forward again by the by the Bulldogs. Sand comes back to the near side. Over to Severson, up ahead to Sand. She lofts it past the right side through the hands of Hughes, and Baker turns it over once again. The Bulldogs struggling with possessing the basketball. That's 13 turnovers by my count here in the first half of play. Back up the court, Casey Smith will take the point as she will bring this one up the court. Over to the center of the court, gives off to Groning. Guarded by Sand, spins off to her right before going onto the wing. Picks up her dribble, gives back to Smith, open for another three, and she rattles that one home. Casey Smith starting to heat up from the field. It's 22-13. Soda up by 9. It'll be brought up by Bree Sand. Near side, that's not Sand. That's going to be Flanagan, who cannot hold on to the basketball. Another turnover to Baker and the Bulldogs. 22-13. The Cardinals a chance to build it to double digits for the first time all game, as they have seen a huge run come out of their offense in this last couple of minutes. It's a 9-0 run after the game was tied up at 13. Groning spins over to her right, gets pushed back, now picks up her dribble, flips the pass near side to Taylor Myers. Taylor goes to the left side corner. Barfus tries to feed one down low to Rasmussen, tracks it down after the ball is poked away. Barfus then launches up a 2 from 19, can't get it to go. Bree Sand with the rebound, then has it poked out of her hands as the buzzer sounds. We head to the halftime break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com with live video streaming of tonight's contest between the Cardinals and the Bulldogs here at the Parma Holiday Invitational.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Machiko Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome back here to the halftime show. Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear, online at mylocalradio.com. Once again, we apologize for the troubles we had in the first quarter of this game, but as Coach Groning, who came up here to get the stats set, if you're going to miss a quarter, that might have been the quarter to miss. Both teams were held to single digits in that first quarter, with Soda clinging to an 8-7 lead after that first quarter of play. In fact, only 3 field goals in the game for the Cardinals, only 2 for Baker and the Bulldogs. The Cardinals were led by Tawny Barfus in that quarter, who got 4 points. Reagan Yamauchi with 2 points. Callie Groning had 2 points as well. Cecily Bruce had a pair for Baker, and Kylie Severson had a pair in that quarter, with Bree Sand getting 2, and Jamie Ramos coming away with 2 from the free throw line as well. So it was 8-7 after a quarter play. Soda Springs, though, started to heat up from the field in quarter number 2, I should say, as they ended up getting a pair of triples from Casey Smith. Kirsten Rasmussen started to do a much better job down low on the low block, as she was able to grab down a pair of offensive rebounds to add her to her rebounding total to make it 4 rebounds in the game, with 5 points in the game for her, all coming in that quarter. Callie Groning had a pair of points as well, and the Cardinals were actually able to start using some of the turnovers they were getting in order to run the ball up and down the court and start building their lead. That's where it sits right now, though. 9-point advantage for Soda Springs after winning that second quarter 14-6 over the Baker Bulldogs. We got another break coming up here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, as we hope to bring you more coverage here on the second half, as the Soda Springs Cardinals halfway to defending their title at the home of the Parma Holiday Invitational.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalliton's Food Specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. 22-13 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard here at the half at the Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament, with the halftime clock winding its way down. They're cleaning off the floor to make sure it's all squeaky clean for the players. And right now, the Soda Springs Cardinals will be hoping that that will help out their shooting, as they have had a poor shooting performance from that first quarter. It started to heat up in the second quarter, where they put 14 points up onto the board. And if they're looking to ice this game away against the Bulldogs, then they are slowly working their way towards that. 22-13, again, the score at the half. Earlier today, the Soda Springs boys basketball team got into a dogfight with the Emmett Huskies, pardon the pun, as the Soda Springs Cardinals lost that game in a heartbreaker, 60-57. They had a last-second buzzer beater that sat on the rim before falling off from Tanner Myers that would have tied the game up at the final seconds as the buzzer was sounding and the horn was sounding. But unfortunately for the Cardinals, it was not able to drop its way through, and Soda Springs ends up with a loss, 60-57. They finished the tournament with a 1-2 record, losing to Parma yesterday and losing to the Huskies from Emmett in their second game on today in the third and fourth place game. That's where we sit right there, though, with the boys, as they finished up on a disappointing note. But again, tough teams that they played here. Here, the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals seeing a different result. They're looking to try and sweep their way through the tournament with 3 straight wins. Back with the second half of play after this on KBR V800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the second half of the Parma Holiday Invitational. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Cardinals be on defense to start out the third quarter of play in the second half, and they're going to force a turnover quickly against the Bulldogs of Baker. Almost the Bulldogs forcing another one, though, as Rasmussen just able to track it down before it goes out of bounds. Myers wide open on the cherry picker layup, lays it up and in. Taylor Myers gets the Cardinals onto the board first in the third quarter, 24-13. Now another chance for the Cardinals as the ball batted out of bounds, almost turned over as Casey Smith almost able to get the steal. A lot of almost, but nothing working out on that play for the Cardinals, but they will have the basketball on the Bulldogs side to bring this one forward as the Bulldogs give it over to the right side. It's going to be Bree Sand with the basketball. The senior centers the ball middle of the court before going back to her right. 24-13, Cardinals up on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Sand goes back over to her left on the wing. Loses the ball, thrown out of her hands by Casey Smith, who has been hounding the senior all throughout this game with her defensive presence. It'll be another chance here to inbound as Severson passes this one in. It'll be taken by Huggins. She goes to the right side, back to Sand, holds it outside on the wing with just about a minute gone by here. Third quarter of play. Huggins pass, bopped up into the air. It's going to be Smith almost getting the steal. She lofts one underneath. It's turned around and it jumped in by Summer Phillips, who gets her first points of the game, and Baker answers right back to Soda, 24-15, a 9-point lead for the Cardinals. Back up with the Cardinals. It's going to be Reagan Yamauchi to the right side with the ball. Tries to drive into the corner, but it's going to pass it off instead. Groning takes it right side corner. Holds the ball above her head. Looks over to Myers. Now tries to feed it to her after passing it down low, or after driving it down low. Gives off to Smith. She does get it to Myers, who's blocked away. Good job by Courtney Lehman staying straight up and down. And Baker will come back with the basketball down by 9. Trying to cut into the lead. Phillips goes up ahead. Severson skips it back over to the right side. Huggins ends up with the ball in her hands. Gracie puts up a shot, has it blocked away, and the Cardinals will come back with it the other way. Up the court, Yamauchi to the left side. Groning takes the basketball, passes it top of the key. Rasmussen gives this one to Casey Smith, loses the ball for a moment, gets it back, feeds it down low, right into the hands of Phillips, though, as the Cardinals get their first turnover of the quarter. And a double dribble on the Bulldogs will give it right back over to Soda Springs. So a little bit of a sloppy third quarter for these two teams. And when you're playing a 3-day tournament for the first time all season long that you have 3 games back to back to back, it can be tough for you to get into that third game and into a mental state, especially with the Cardinals having to go through a juggernaut on their way here. And it's going to help affect them again there as Rasmussen can't get over the defender's block. But Bulldogs will throw it away again on the near sideline, as Severson can't hold on to the basketball, wants it thump against the scores table, and with 5:54 to go, 24-15, they'll be the Cardinals to bring it up again. Yamauchi walks it over to her left, looks to cross back into the lane as she is forced onto the wing. Picks up her dribble. The freshman shuffles her feet, gets away with the travel, but is going to feed it off to Groning anyways. Groning drives left side, pulls up her dribble, goes back down low before feeding it out to the corner for Casey Smith. Gives this one back to Severson. Severson picks up her dribble, gives back to Sand. Sand up ahead to Huggins. She tries to drive in, steps through, puts up a shot, blocked up into the air and out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals, so it will remain in the hands of Baker as a timeout's going to be taken by the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back into the third quarter of play at the Parma Holiday Invitational. 5:20 to go. Ball's going to be inbounded by Baker and the Bulldogs as Gracie Huggins takes it top of the key. She flips this off to Bree Sand. Near side, Phillips drives left wing before bouncing this one off to Severson. She almost loses the ball as she throws it off Casey Smith's leg. Picked up by Bree Sand once again. Goes to the right side corner. Pass flipped into the corner. Huggins goes back, skip pass to Sand, who rises for three. Sits on the front of the rim before dropping off. Taylor Myers pulls down the rebound and uses her dribble to escape away before turning it back over to Severson on a pass intended for Smith. But the Bulldogs turn it right back over to the Cardinals, and Groning will bring it up the court. Left side, Yamauchi rises for three. In and out, no good. Rebound back down underneath, and a tie-up is going to be called with Soda Springs getting possession of the basketball on the possession arrow, as it was Taylor Myers who fell down to the ground, and it'll be the Cardinals to inbound the basketball once again. Standing on the baseline, Reagan Yamauchi looks short, now looks deeper, now lobs one to Rasmussen. Rasmussen takes it, backed up between two Bulldogs before giving it off to Groning. Left side, Myers holds the ball on the left side wing, gives back to Casey Smith, who will bring it back around top of the key. Walks to her left, tries to drive for a moment, passes one down low to Yamauchi. She spins around, puts up a turnaround jumper, sits on the rim, but falls off this time into the hands of Bree Sand, and she'll give it off to the near side to be brought up by Phillips. The 5'10" junior pulls up, goes left side, puts up a shot. That's too strong off the side of the rim. Rebounded, though, on the backside, and a foul's going to be called. Taylor Myers getting tangled up on the backside with Courtney Lehman. And Taylor Myers will pick up her second foul. First team foul on either one in this third quarter of play, 24-15. And excuse me, they get that one on Callie Groning for the foul, not on Taylor Myers. It'll be her second. Top of the key. Ball handed off to Bree Sand, right side wing. She holds it before passing this one to the right side. It'll be taken again by Lehman over to the left side corner. Gracie Huggins up with a shot, and a foul's going to be called. This one will be on Baker. No, it'll be on the Soda Springs Cardinals on Kirsten Rasmussen. That'll be her second foul. And another chance to inbound for the Baker Bulldogs, down by 9, 24-15 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Trying to change that. Pass lofted up to Severson. She pump fakes, steps in, puts up a shot, fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line for a pair of attempts. The foul is going to be whistled on Callie Groning for her second once again. And Severson, who's got 4 points in the game and is 2 for 2 from the free throw line, will step forward. 5'6" senior, wears number 33, gold numbers, gold trim down the pants, purple numbers, or purple trim on the side of that. And the first free throw is good, and the Bulldogs continue to have a good night shooting at the free throw line. They are 9 for 13, 9 for 13 at the stripe so far in this game. 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go, 24-16. Back to an 8-point lead with Severson eyeing her second free throw. Purple shoes, white heels, as the second free throw is up and good as well. She's 4 for 4 at the line. Cardinals to bring it forward, 24-17, up by 7. It's Ariana Finlayson into the game to take the point. She comes to the right side, the senior. Fakes going right, now goes left, back to her right again. Screen set by Kat McCullough, playing with 4 fouls. Has to be careful out there as Ariana gets trapped on the near side. Avoids traveling, now floats the ball back to McCullough. To the left side, Kat tries to get a screen. Tawny Barfus sets one for her there, and Kat will come back up, holds the ball high above her head, now throws the ball inside. Belknap can't get it, tipped out of bounds or outside to White, who gets it back to Kat. Kat gives it back to Alexa. She tries to drive into lane, kicks it near side. Barfus open for 2. Count it. Tawny Barfus lining it up from 16 feet and counting it in, as it is a 26-17 game. Tawny with 6 points, tied for the leading scorer for the Cardinals alongside Casey Smith. Up the left side of the court, Severson drives through, floats a shot up, too strong. Had an open teammate on the backside, couldn't find her. Bree Sand pulls down the rebound and has the ball batted out of bounds. It will remain Baker basketball on this inbounds play underneath their own basket. Set to inbound, pass goes in. Gracie Huggins puts up a jumper. That's good. Gracie Huggins with her first points of the game, 26-19. Both offenses started to heat up a little bit more late third quarter, and the Cardinals will again bring it back up the court. It'll be Ariana Finlayson, screen set by Barfus. Finlayson picks up her dribble, floats a pass down low, and Belknap's going to be draped over on the back. We'll see if they call this on Summer Phillips or Gracie Huggins. It goes on to Summer Phillips for her third foul, and the first foul on Baker and the Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Kat takes the basketball, lobs a pass down low. Belknap can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals. And it'll be another inbounds play coming up for Baker and the Bulldogs as they have to go against the full court pressure the Cardinals are applying. 2-2-1 zone. Played up the court for Soda Springs as they move out of their 1-2-1-1. It'll be over to the far side. Sand gives the ball back and now to the near side. Huggins will take the ball. Trapped over there before giving it back into the middle. Pass up ahead, almost slips through. Flanagan can't hold on to it. And the Cardinals get the turnover as Kat McCullough tracks down the loose basketball. She brings it up the right sideline. Pass up ahead. Barfus goes to her right. Pulled back outside. Bounces this one back to Kat, who steps around on the wing. Gives it back to Barfus. Barfus to Finlayson. Inside, Belknap finally gets the pass down low. Fights it up. They've been looking for all quarter long and finally able to get it to her. Another chance maybe for the Cardinals to get it to her again as a 6th turnover of the quarter gets tipped out of bounds to the Cardinals again as Baker's struggling with this press. I don't know if they've necessarily seen anything like this all season long. 20 turnovers now for Baker and the Bulldogs with 2:07 left to go. It'll be Kat McCullough to bring it up, crosses to her left, catches a screen, now goes back top of the key, picks up her dribble, looks to her left, now bounces one to her right to Alexis. She goes over to the wing, gets a screen, passes one off to Barfus, who holds it over in the left side corner. Tawny tries to drive in, gets around her defender, gives it to McCullough, near side, puts up a shot, count that one. Kat McCullough gets that one to rattle down. She's got 3 points in the game now, and Soda Springs will try to force another turnover, but Baker will finally get it across the half-court stripe with 1:37 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play and a 30-19 lead in favor of Soda Springs on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Ball bounced over to the right sideline. Bree Sand takes this one and will hold on to it for a moment. Cat comes over, forces a pass off. It'll be taken by Flanagan. Back to Sand. Holds on the left side wing. She fakes one way. Gives it outside. Huggins. That's going to be a pass down low intended for Hope Collard, who's fouled on her way up. And the 5'6" senior will now step to the free throw line herself. Right-handed free throw shooter is going to toe the line with the right foot. Foul is going to go on Jessie Belknap for her first. And the free throw up and good as it sits down into the rim. Baker continues to have a good night at the line. They're 3 for 3 in the second half. 1:23 left to go here, third quarter of play. Free throw up, this one in and out, no good. Belknap rebounds this one for her second board of the game. Turns it over though, pulled in by Flanagan, who drives to the hoop herself. And Kaylee Flanagan's going to be fouled, and we'll head to the line for 1 and 2 free throws. Foul is going to go on to Ariana Finlayson, it looks like they're going to call. First foul on Ariana. And the free throw up and no good off the back iron. Jessie Belknap will check out of the game. Into the game is going to be Tawny Barfus. Kirsten Rasmussen checks into the game. Tawny already in the contest for the Cardinals. Flanagan's second free throw. Eyed, up, high, arcing shot, kicks off the front of the rim and kisses through the net cords as she goes 1 for 3 now in the game. And so does lead trim back down to 9, 21-30. Cardinals on top by 9 with the basketball to bring it forward. Ball's going to be inbounded. Rasmussen popping it around. Full court pressure being applied. The timeout will be taken by Kirsten Rasmussen. We'll keep this one right here as this one will probably be a 30-second. We'll see what they decide on. And it's a 30-second timeout taken. We'll keep it right here for this one. And it reminds you that all games on KBRV and online at mylocalradio.com brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. 30-21, the score here on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Cardinals again to inbound against the full court pressure being applied by Baker City and the Bulldogs. And the Cardinals will line everybody up in the full court. Rasmussen breaks free into the open court, holds onto the ball herself now for a moment with a sly grin across her face, and now comes up the right side of the court. She gives off to Kat McCullough, goes over to her left, does Kat, and comes back to her right, tries to drive into the lane, parts the open seas, gets into the lane, and is going to be fouled on the way to the hoop. This one's going to be called on Flanagan. That'll be her second foul, excuse me. And it'll send Kat to the stripe for a pair of free throws. First one up, good. Count it down as Kat moves to 2 for 5 from the line tonight. and with 4 points. She's having a very good game here as Callie Grani checks back into the game, as does Casey Smith, with 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Free throw up. This one in and out. No good. Rebound drops off the hoop. Cecily Bruce comes up with the basketball. She goes to the right side, and it'll be brought forward once again up the near sideline by Maddie Hampton. Hampton gives up ahead to the hands underneath the basket of Ramos. Ramos tries to go underneath. It's almost turned over. Cardinals can't quite get the basketball. Goes to Bruce, who's going to travel with the basketball and turn it back to the Cardinals once again. The 7th turnover for the Baker Bulldogs in this quarter, and they're 21st overall. They have had a consistent showing of 7 turnovers in every quarter so far in this game. Cardinals to inbound from the far sideline. Rasmussen breaks free to the right, but they go left to Yamauchi. Reagan will bring it forward. The freshman cuts up the court, comes across the half-court stripe, and continues to drive through to the wing. Tries to drive in. Almost has the ball swatted away. Gives it back over to Kat. Kat fakes a pass, drives in herself, puts up a shot, and can't get it to go too strong. Rebound to Barfus, tipped outside, and it's going to be Yamauchi. Pump fakes on the shot, or hesitates on the shot, I should say. Now gives off to Kat. Near side, drops that one home. Kat's got herself 6 points in the game, and the Cardinals lead up to 12, biggest of the game so far. 13 seconds to go, third quarter. Over to the near side, that's going to be Cecily Bruce up to the near side, throws it right to her coach and Matt Sand, who slowly saunters out of the way and lets it dribble out of bounds. 8th turnover now in the quarter for Baker and the Bulldogs, and another chance for the Cardinals to bring it up. It's going to be Yamauchi breaking free all the way up the court, trying to go for the hoop, fouled on that play. Had to be a foul, too, as if it wasn't, Jamie Ramos was going to give up an easy shot, and it sends Reagan Yamauchi to the free throw line for a pair of free throws here, her first of the game. She's only got 2 points in this game so far, and the freshman will try and add to that here. 4.6 seconds to go. Third quarter of play. 12-point lead for Soda. Free throw up, and no good as Yamauchi cannot knock home the front end. She'll have one more attempt coming up here. And the Cardinals will back up their defenders as it'll be Kat McCullough going into the backcourt to defend Hampton, who was trying to sneak back. Instead, it'll be a free throw up. This one sits down into the cylinder. Yamauchi moves to 3 points on the game. It's to a 13-point lead, 34-21. Ball to the near side. Passed up ahead. Gracie throws it away. Taylor Myers almost with the steal. That's not going to count to her, though, as the buzzer sounds as she was getting the ball. And the Cardinals will head into the fourth quarter of play with a 13-point advantage on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Fourth quarter of play starting up here at the Parma Holiday Invitational. Soda Springs and the Baker Bulldogs trying to fight for the championship. Ball pass near side. Huggins puts up a quick triple. Can't get it to go. It's going to be rebounded by Callie Groning on the backside for her second board of the game and brought back forward. Near side, Kat takes the basketball, gives off to Yamauchi. Top of the key with 7:41 to go. Cardinals trying to wrap up a second championship here at the Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament in back-to-back seasons. Groning with the ball, dribbles around to the near side. Myers now holds it top of the key before feeding it back to Kat. She goes right side. That's going to be Rasmussen who puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Bree Sand and brought back forward once again. Far side pass skipped and intercepted. Taylor Myers picks this one off, brings it up the court, lays it up. She's fouled on the way through. Bree Sand wanted to get the charge call, is not going to get it though, and it's going to send Taylor Myers to the stripe for a pair of free throws. Looked like Matt Sand on the bench now talking things over with his player, and Gracie Huggins getting a little bit of a chat there as the free throw up and no good from Taylor Myers. Cardinals have forced 22 turnovers now for Baker and the Bulldogs with 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter. It's been a defensive nightmare for Baker in this contest. Over to the court. It's going to be a second shot, no good. Severson to bring it up. Almost gets bumped from behind to lose the ball. Now throws it away. Another turnover for the Bulldogs as it's going to be a scrum for the ball on the deck, and they're going to call a timeout on the near side bench. Soda Springs able to retain it. We'll take a break as Soda will talk things over. We'll be back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Welcome back out here to the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament. Caleb Berggraf on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Soda Springs with a 13-point advantage on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard as the Cardinals will be coming out onto the court with the basketball after a timeout saved possession for them. They forced 23 turnovers now to Baker and the Bulldogs. Reminder, stick around for our post-game show. We'll recap everything from the boys' game as well as this girls' game and give you a look at what's coming up next for the boys and girls of Soda as the conference season set to start up in the new year in just a couple of days. Back into the action, Cardinals left to right. We'll give it inbounded to Yamauchi. She brings the ball forward, top of the key, flips this pass off. It's going to be Rasmussen. Gives the ball off to Groning. She passes it right side into the corner. Myers looks inside, still looks inside. Yamauchi flashes through, passes outside. Kat McCullough puts up a quick deuce, gets it to go. Kat is on fire. 8 points for Kat, 6 of them in the second quarter, 7 of them in the second quarter, second half of play, and the Cardinals' lead extends to 15, 36-21 to the right side corner. Ball's going to be dribbled out by Phillips. She passes up to Sand. Bree tries to drive in, bounces it back to the near side. Cutting in, Severson lays up one, too strong off the side iron. Rebound's going to be fought for and dribbled out of bounds to Soda Springs from the Cardinals as Severson was fighting for it. And that's the other thing you can say about this Baker squad right now is they are not giving up. They are fighting hard for the basketball and definitely have given the Cardinals a little bit of some pressure on the defensive end and the offensive end when they've been able to hold on to it. Screen going to be set and a foul's going to be called as that one's going to go against Baker and the Bulldogs on Severson. I think everybody here on the Soda side was taking a deep breath going, why was the foul called there? Because Taylor Myers set a brick wall and Severson ran into it, and she might want to check and make sure she has all her teeth. Over to the left side, another foul. Now this one's going to be on Reagan. They're going to say she shoved off as she was bringing the basketball up the court. Gracie Huggins guarding her there, and it's the 16th foul on the Cardinals, so it's just a turnover back to Baker and the Bulldogs for the basketball. For the Cardinals, that is their 10th turnover in the game by my tally. Still well in front in that category as they bounce the ball to the right side wing. Pass to the near side, over into the corner. Huggins takes the ball down low, floats one through the paint, picked off by the Cardinals as they return the favor on the turnover. Baker picks up their 24th of the game, and it'll be an inbounds pass for the Cardinals. Another foul is going to be called on Baker. That one goes on to Courtney Lehman. 5:56 to go. Cardinals set to inbound, and looks like a bloody nose has started over on the far side as one of the Baker players will have to check off the court. Officials making sure there's no blood on the court, and we hope that she's okay. I did not see what happened to make the bloody nose. It might have just been in that scrum for the basketball. Set to inbound. Cardinals get this to Yamauchi. She'll bring it up the left side. Tries to get through, gets behind her defender, goes up into the middle of the court, takes it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen hands off to Groning. She rises, and Callie cannot get the shot to fall. And an over-the-back foul is going to be called on Reagan Yamauchi. Call there on the officials, not that hard, as Yamauchi had to stretch to try and touch the basketball. And it'll be back over to Baker and the Bulldogs to shoot 1-and-1 free throws on the other end. And it's Gracie Huggins who's going to be doing that. 17 fouls on the Cardinals, 6 on the Baker Bulldogs. Bulldogs need to make these free throws to get back into this game. And the first free throw, no good. That's not going to help. Rasmussen pulls down the rebound, gives it off now to Yamauchi, who will bring it up the left side. Cuts through on the logo. Almost goes backcourt. Now a foul is going to be called against the Bulldogs. That goes on to Gracie Huggins. Officials starting to tighten things up here in the fourth quarter with 5:36 to go. And Yamauchi will step to the line now with 1-on-1 free throws of her own coming. She's only got 3 points in the game so far, trying to add to that total. Only 2 players for the Cardinals have not scored in this game so far, as the first free throw by Yamauchi is no good. Rebound rolls off to the right side. That's going to be picked up by Flanagan, and up the court again will come the Bulldogs. To the left side, Phillips. The numbers are way forward, then throws the ball over the head of Severson. Give another turnover to Baker and the Bulldogs, and it's going to be back to the Cardinals with 5 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. The turnovers, again, that's the difference in this game right now, is Soda Springs not just winning the turnover category, dominating it, and they'll continue to push the ball up the court. Smith, backside pass, Rasmussen lays this one up. Good, count the foul and the basket. It's going to be a 7-point game for Rasmussen with another chance coming up at the line. And the foul, I believe, will go on Severson, but I'm not positive on that. I was wrong on that. It'll be on Summer Phillips for her 4th. Couple subs check in. Into the game is going to be Maddie Hampton as well as Jamie Ramos. Out of the game goes Gracie Huggins as well as Severson. And Rasmussen will have 1 free throw coming up here. Free throw up. That rattles its way down and good. So Rasmussen moves to 8 points on the night. Leads all scorers for the Cardinals alongside Kat McCullough, who's also got 8. 39-21. Right side, Bresand cuts into the hoop, lumbers in, takes 2 jump steps, can't get the shot to go, blocked away. It's going to be Groning bringing it forward. The senior slows things up, just loses the basketball, and a foul's going to be called as that goes on to Bree Sand. And it'll be 1-on-1 free throws coming up for Callie. Groning stepping to the free throw line now. 39-21 and a chance to build the lead now. The Cardinals starting to expand here in this final quarter. 5:06 to go. And Groning will toe the free throw line. So for Baker, unable to score here in this quarter as Groning splashes home the first free throw. She's got 5 points in the game now. 5:06 to go. Cardinals on their way to a victory here. Just depends by how much at this point in time with a 19-point lead. 1 more for Callie. This free throw up. That's bottoms as well. 2 for 2 on the trip. Callie looked the most comfortable I've seen her look in a long time taking those free throws. Up the court, it'll be Bree Sand taking the point. The senior looks over to her right. Holds on to the basketball. Passes this one off to the right side corner. It's going to be Hampton giving it off now to Flanagan. She holds on to the basketball for a moment. Up top now, Phillips tries to go through, steps into the lane, pass to the near side, picked off. Callie Groning with another steal. The senior's going to push the pace, goes through the lane, through the pass, and is poked out of bounds by Flanagan. And the Cardinals will keep possession once again, but not before forcing a 5th turnover in the quarter in the first 3 minutes and 19 seconds of this fourth quarter. Soda to inbound once again under their own hoop. And it'll be Taylor Myers to do the inbounding. She stands on the baseline, floats this one over to the left side. It'll be taken there by Smith. She gives up top to Groning. Skip pass to McCullough. She pump fakes, pulls down their ball, gives off to Groning, who drives to the top of the key, and a foul's going to be called. This one's going to be called against Severson as Kylie Severson picks up her 2nd foul, and it will send the Cardinals to the line and Casey Smith to the stripe for her first free throws. She hasn't been heard from so far since the second quarter when she hit a pair of triples to help expand the Cardinals' lead and give them that little bit of a run. First free throw here is up and good. She's got 7 points. Cardinals, as I've said, balanced scoring. 8 different players have scored out of the 10 on the team. The only ones not to score, Alexa White and Ariana Finlayson. Second free throw, no good. Kat McCullough pulls down the offensive board, though, and the Cardinals can run off a little bit more clock. It'll be back to Casey Smith, 42-21. Cardinals doubling up the Bulldogs. Groning holds the ball above her head, takes a dribble, spins around to her right, steps back, picks the ball down, looks to bounce this one to Myers, who cannot handle it. Triple teamed, and a jump ball is going to be called with Soda Springs having the possession arrow. With 4:14 left to go, and a full timeout is going to be called by Baker and the Bulldogs. Matt Sand wants to talk things over. We'll take a break with them on KBRV 800 The Bear and online, where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's contest on mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers. Caleb Burgraff here at the Holiday Invitational on KBRV 800 The Bear. The Soda Springs Cardinals well on their way to an 8-3 record, with their only losses coming to a couple of teams bigger than them, as they lost to Snake River on the road and lost to Teton twice this year. Both of those 3A schools, and Teton maybe the toughest school they faced. Snake River, a game that they probably wish they had back as they lost that lead. But right now they have fixed some of those problems. Turnovers not an issue in this game. Offense starting to warm up, and defensively they forced almost 30 turnovers to Baker and the Bulldogs. Pass is going to be lobbed into the Cardinals underneath. Taylor Myers finds herself open, lays it up and in. Great play there on the inbounds. Taylor gets her 4th point, and will be brought back forward by Baker and the Bulldogs with 4:05 left to go. Sand walks it over to her left, using her dribble before looking into the left side corner. Passes one through the lane. It's going to be picked off by the Cardinals. Kirsten Rasmussen with the steal. 6 turnovers now for the Bulldogs, who are just trying too much to fit the ball through windows that aren't there. Smith with the ball on the left side. Clock winding down to under 4 minutes to play. She gives off to Callie Groning, who comes around free throw line, puts up a jumper. That's badly missed. Rebound going to squirt back into the hands, though, of the Bulldogs, who will turn it over themselves. Myers jumping down onto the basketball. We'll see who they call for the foul. And this one will be on the Bulldogs once again, as things starting to unravel for for Baker. Kylie Severson gets her 3rd foul. It's a 7th turnover now on Baker, after things look to be starting to work into their favor and starting to build things into their advantage. But since the start of the 3rd quarter, it has been all Soda, with them shutting out the Bulldogs in this 4th. First free throw by Myers, up and no good. She's 0 for 3 at the line now. Full subs come out for the Cardinals, except for Myers. And Tawny Barfus waiting to get in for her. As it's going to be Finlayson, Yamauchi, White, and Belknap onto the court. 2nd free throw up and no good as well. Rebound snatched down by Callie Flanagan and brought up the court far side. Thrown out of bounds to the Cardinals, as that's another turnover. 8 now in the quarter. And a score sitting at 44-21. It's been still a shutout quarter. And in fact, in this half, the Soda Springs Cardinals have outscored the Baker Bulldogs by 16, by my tally, if my math is correct. Barfus with the basketball, picks up her dribble, looking for somebody to break open, flips one up ahead to Yamauchi, who's going to lose the ball, stripped away from behind. Good defense being played by Baker there to force the turnover. Up to the right side, driving down on the baseline, and stepping on the line and turning it over is going to be Rebecca Hughes. 9 turnovers now in the 4th quarter, as the turnover game continuing to stack up for Baker and the Bulldogs. Cardinals inbound the basketball, and they'll turn it over, as Yamauchi was on the line when she got the basketball, and is going to be picked up by the Baker Bulldogs to inbound underneath their own hoop. Ball inbounded and banked in. Great shot by Kylie Severson from just a couple of feet out. She has 8 points now into the game, and it'll be an inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals once again. Pass lofted up ahead. Yamauchi with the basketball, trying to cross through. Goes to her left, goes across the timeline. Lost one near side. Belknap puts up a quick jumper. That's no good, off the side of the rim. Rebound squirts all the way out near the top of the key before being picked up and thrown back by Maddie Hampton. Hampton goes to the right side and is going to lose the ball to Hughes. Hughes is going to be tied up on that far sideline. Another jump ball, and it will see the ball squirting all the way down the sideline, and Hughes has to track down about 70 feet to get it. Shocked nobody in the stands decided to stick a foot out to try and even stop the basketball or pick it up. 44-23, Cardinals lead by 21. Baker with the basketball. It'll be over to the right side. Bree Sand will center the ball top of the key. Goes over to the right side. Taken there and moved to Sand once again on the left side wing. She cans home the triple. She's been quiet so far in the game from the field. Gets her first bucket. It's a 7-point game for her now. Cardinals to inbound against full court pressure. It's going to be Alexa White on the far side. Dribbles through a little bit of the defense. Now goes back to her left. Gets caught up in a double team, but is able to go through it. And Belknap sets a screen to free her open a little bit more. Yamauchi now takes the ball, and with 2:07 to go, will dribble it back. Goes to her left. Sand forces the ball off of her hands into Alexa's hands, who holds it there on the wing. Takes a couple dribbles, tries to spin her way around, passes right side, taken there by Belknap. Down low, it's going to be Yamauchi trying to drive around, slays one up, fouled on the play. Reagan's going to step to the stripe for a pair of free throws. And the foul is going to be called on Hughes. That's going to be her first foul. Minute and 51 to go here, 44-26. Cardinals trying to build onto that lead of 18 points right now and ice this one away. It's been a strong quarter. They've only given up 5 points in this quarter to the Baker Bulldogs, as Yamauchi's first free throw up and good. She's 2 for 4 from the line with 4 points in the game. More subs come in for Baker and the Bulldogs. Cecily Bruce into the game. Sand checks out. Also into the game on the far side is going to be Gracie Huggins. Ball bounced back over to Yamauchi, who will step up, toes the line. And the free throw from Yamauchi up and good. So she goes 2 for 2 on that trip at the line. Cardinals lead back up to 20. Ball passed over to the near side, and Bruce will take the point to bring it forward. Up ahead to Gracie, who will go to right side. Huggins gives it into the corner. Shot put up and missed off the back iron. There where Tawny Barfus pulls down the rebound. He'll give up to Yamauchi. Brings it up, lost a pass near side. Finlayson goes through the lane with a pass batted out of bounds with 1:33 to go. Good job getting her hands in the passing lane by Jamie Ramos, who is a freshman for this Baker team and has shown some sparks of really good play out there on the court for being such a young player. Inside, Belknap turns around, lays it up and in. Great pass, finding her in the low post coming from Yamauchi, and the Cardinals lead up to 22, 46-26, or 48-26, excuse me. Up the court, near side, Huggins gets the ball, puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound into the hands of Belknap, easily pulling that one in. Up ahead to Alexa White, who takes one dribble, lays it up and in. Nobody near her, and Alexa becomes the 9th Cardinal to score in the game after another rebound to Jessie Belknap. 50-26, sewed up by 24. 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go. Right side, it'll be Bruce with the basketball. She comes to her left, takes one dribble, picks it up, goes back to the left side wing. Trying to drive into the baseline and getting cut off before laying one up and in through traffic is Maddie Hampton. She gets her first basket of the game, and it'll be the Cardinals to bring it forward again. White pushes the pace into the lane, pass through the lane. Barfus picks up the ball, gives it to Finlayson. Near side, she rises for three, almost banks one in. Belknap skies for the ball. She can't get on her first attempt. Second attempt is good, though, and Jessie gets the 6 points on the game to go with her 5 rebounds. 52-28. Cardinals now leading by an impressive 24 points, as it's going to be a throwaway by Baker. Another turnover, 10 in the quarter now. They'd gone a while without one, so it was almost due to happen, and that's nothing against Baker. That's just more about this Cardinals defense that is a swarming defense. Ball passed in by the Cardinals, 21 seconds to go. It'll be Alexa White to bring it up ahead. Belknap takes the ball down low in the low block, goes to her score, has it blocked out of bounds. They're going to say a jump ball, and it will be at the Cardinals to inbound with 15 seconds left to go. Belknap will do the inbounding for Soda Springs, and you look for Soda to maybe just hold on to the basketball and dribble out the clock. No, they'll bounce it down to Belknap, lays one up. She can get it to go. Jessie's up to 8 points now in the game, 6 of them in this quarter, and with 6 seconds to go, the Bulldogs will bring it forward. Up the near side, stepping in, Huggins lays one up and in. They're not going to count the basket, though, and we will wrap this one up with a 54-28 victory for Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals as they defend their championship here at the Parma Holiday Invitational. We have a break and a post-game show coming up on the other side. We'll wrap up both basketball games from today as the Cardinals, again, coming away with a victory as they sweep the girls' tournament and take home the championship. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Parma Invitational. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, where the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals come away and defend their tournament championship from last year with a 54-28 victory over the Baker Bulldogs, and it was all due to the defense the Cardinals showed, forcing 32 turnovers. Yes, you heard right, 32 turnovers from the Baker Bulldogs, 11 for Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals as they defend their championship. And it all came after a balanced team scoring as well. They had 3 players tie for the lead in scoring. Kat McCullough with 8 points, Jessie Belknap with 8 points, and Kirsten Rasmussen with 8 points. It was all in different quarters. None of them were really that standout throughout the game. It was each one of them had their shining quarters in the contest, as Kat McCullough had 5 points in the third quarter. Kirsten Rasmussen had 5 points in the second quarter. And Jessie Belknap had 6 points in the fourth quarter. 7 points went to Casey Smith in the game, as she was right behind them. There were 6 points in the game for Tawny Barfus and for Callie Groning, and 26 total rebounds for the Cardinals in this contest as they come away with the victory once again and move to 8-3 on the season after the victory in a very solid fashion in the back half. This one after a rough start in the first quarter as well, so I'd rather see it that way for the Cardinals, starting out rough and moving on to being a very strong back half of this game, which you can say for the Cardinals is definitely something they would probably admit to as well. We're going to take one more break, and we come back. We'll give you a recap from the boys' game and then give you a look at what's coming up on our schedule for broadcast in the next coming week, as the Soda Springs Cardinals will get back into league play after this weekend. They're going to take on Marsh Valley for the girls. We'll talk more about that game, and then about the first week of January, we'll talk about what the Cardinals have facing them there. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back out to the Parma Invitational. One last wrap-up here before we send it back to regular programming on KBRV 800 The Bear. And I want to thank everyone who stuck through on the technical difficulties that we were having with this broadcast. I appreciate our patience, and we appreciate your listening to our broadcasts as well, as the Soda Springs Cardinals again come away with a victory on the girls' side in a 54-28 win, and on the boys' side a 57-60 loss in that game. And on the boys' game, we look back at those stats. Tanner Myers had a game for himself, going with 16 points and 6 rebounds. He was really the main player for the Cardinals. Josh Balls also had a very good game consistently through this one, 12 points and 5 rebounds. There were 6 points apiece for Will Kress, Ridge Thompson, and Henry Workman, and then 4 points for Will Sims, as well as 3 for Hiram Brown, 3 for Dylan Downs, and 1 point for Riley Simmons. 9 different Cardinals able to crack into the scoreboard in that contest, as they had a very, very strong showing in that game, but were unable to come through as they left their final shot sitting on the front end of the rim, dropping that contest to the Emmett Huskies in that game. As far as for what's coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear in the next couple of weeks, we have some more good games coming up for you. Starting off with this girls basketball team returning to action at Marsh Valley on Saturday night. It'll be a 7 o'clock opening tip, 6:40 pregame here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll have all our technical issues fixed, I can promise you that one, by the time that game rolls around, and we will have that game coming for you from the home of the Lady Eagles. After that, it all moves into league play, as the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals will be opening up their season, taking on the Bear Lake squad. After beating Malad to open up their season, I should say, in conference play, it'll be a chance to take on Bear Lake, a team that is struggling. That'll be a home game on the 6th, so come out and support the Cardinals on that one. Boys basketball will then be at home on the 7th against American Falls, as they will look to have the same success they had against American Falls in that one and look to get back on the winning track. That'll be game on the 7th. On the 8th, no games, it'll be the Soda Springs Cardinals on the girls' side traveling to West Side. I believe it's traveling to West Side. It may be a home game as well. We'll keep you updated on that one. And then on January 9th, the boys basketball team will be hosting Snake River in a rematch of a game that went down to the wire at Snake River as well. So we hope to see you at those games. A lot of home games coming up for Soda Springs. Pack the gym. Let's give the Cardinals a little bit of support, as they have done a great job this season coming back and returning as a very, very quality basketball program on both the boys and girls side. Thank you for listening into the Cardinal Postgame Show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used to rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team, as well as our office manager, Kim Miller, who does a phenomenal job back there. If you ever see her around town, give her a heads up and a thumbs up for what she does. Also, General Manager Warren Cook does a great job with what he does. Thank you to all of our sponsors, to you for tuning in. And once again, the final scores of tonight's game. The Soda Springs boys take 4th in the Parma Invite with a 60-57 loss, and the Soda Springs girls roll to a easy victory over Baker and the Bulldogs in a 54-28 win. For tonight's videographer, Darby Seipert, who did a great job on the camera as well, I'm Caleb Burgraff. Until next time, let's go Cardinals, let's go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.